last time, really last time and a half, or last 2 times, whatever. Um, the bulk of the time was spent fighting the Aberrant Tempest, as you know. But some of the interesting stuff happened before that. Um, after you fought your way past a swarm of dangerous elementals and ancient, strangely behaving Warforged, you guys pushed forward via subterranean passages and encountered an atypical Warforged. One who did not immediately attack and indeed opened a conversation with you. Revealed. I want to pause this music. Stop it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Revealed that they had recently gained enough self-awareness and self-control to break free from the maddening influence and control of this Aberrant Tempest. And the timeline of when that happened seemed to coincide with when both Nofjor and Forge had perished.
Rip.
So, this Warforged had no name, but inspired by the tale of Forge, picked one along a similar vein, and named themselves Scythe. And then asked if you were there to destroy the Aberrant Tempest, and indeed why you'd come. You eventually sussed out that you were searching for the Great Intelligence, and that, the Aberrant Tempest is immensely powerful, storm elemental type being, guarded Vovar's approaches from above. There was also an army of Warforged protecting the underground approaches under this thing's control. And you were offered basically two paths, or two obvious paths. Fight the Tempest, defeat it, and break its control over this army of Warforged, or avoid it, proceed underground, and have to carve your way through this army of enslaved, potentially sentient beings. Guys ultimately decided to take on the Tempest, frighteningly powerful a foe as it was, and made your way out into the open. Got the thing's attention and fought it in this really harrowing battle. The gale force winds, the blinding sands, and the might of the foe itself immediately put you guys kind of on the back foot, right? And as the fight went on, you found that there were some interesting tools available on the battlefield that might sway the confrontation in your favor. There was some sort of laser turrety type thing that Aelin managed to turn on. And you also discovered that the Aberrant Tempest and its elemental servants, while really powerful, were super dumb. They're easily distracted by illusions, and not particularly tactical or cunning in their battlefield moves, but really powerful nonetheless. And the combination of the challenging environment, reduced visibility, and just the overwhelming power of the foe, and some really shitty rolls, caused you guys to realize it was time to retreat. And this retreat was also harrowing. Aelin and Oswald both succumbed to their wounds and died. And the same fate might have befallen more of you had the mount of Grand Inquisitor Sienna, Atanrikar, an ancient copper dragon, seemingly having realized something was wrong with his ridiculous 26 passive perception, intervened in the fight. Having faced off against this Tempest before, he was pretty beat up, but covered your retreat, and was able to distract the Aberrant Tempest long enough that you were able to make your way back underground. But Atonarkar did sacrifice himself in the process, shouting in Draconic freedom as he did so. Using the healing amulet that he possessed, Vaek was able to bring one of your fallen, or bring Oswald back from death. And the Inquisitor revealed that she had a contingency revivify spell kind of embedded in a gem in her chest. And she volunteered that this could be extracted to revive Aelin. So you did that, and in the nick of time, revived Aelin as well, and thus battered, thoroughly bruised some of you with gaping new holes in your chests. But for the moment, seemingly out of the eye and attention of Urshakal, the Aberrant Tempest, you guys are back in an underground chamber, constructed of this dark metal that you've come to identify with the towers. You are in a small chamber, totally dark except for the sources of light that you provide, which, I mean, everyone has a fucking glowing sword, so, whatever. And in the center of this chamber is a large hexagonal something, about 8 feet tall, perhaps 5 feet across, constructed of a different kind of metal. And so you guys have kind of settled down here, settled in to take a long rest, recover your stamina and vitality. But we have not yet gained the benefits of that long rest. So as you guys are in this chamber, kind of hunkering down, having debated whether the right course of action was to confront the Tempest again, or to find another way, what would you guys like to do? And also, if there are any questions, feel free to ask.
Are we on? I'm so sorry. Are we on this map or is this a new map?
Yeah, it's just all the way down.
We should now be on this map, and you guys
Yep.
are here.
Okay, sorry. Thank you.
If you want to go fight the Tempest again, it's this way.
You don't
I
say.
think we need. My vote is long rest.
I have enough reserves that if we need to take a short rest, I can get everything back but my big spell. But I don't know how useful my big spell is right now. It seemed dumb, but it still resisted it.
I literally can't do anything unless we sleep for a long time.
I'm not letting Aelin die again. We gotta take that long one.
I agree that we all look like a mild gust could knock us over, and there is a lot more than a mild gust outside.
Well, if the Grand Inquisitor doesn't mind sharing a watch with me, I think this probably would be a good thing to do.
I could also take a watch.
Sure. I will happily.
Well, given your physiology, it should take you about the same time it should take me to feel better.
She just nods at you and kind of slumps against the wall. She does not seem to be asleep or meditating. She's watching.
I'm gonna go meditate, and I collapse.
I'm gonna meditate next to him and collapse.
I'm gonna go hunt Oswald.
I'm gonna use my sword as a cane, walk to the corner with a brave face on, turn around, and just plop on the floor. I go to sit down, but I miss, so I'm lying down.
Kaladin stops going in for the hug as he watches this happen.
I will settle down in the other chamber.
Okay.
I'm resting.
Okay. And this other chamber contains another of these kind of lighter metal hexagonal somethings in the middle of the room. So, otherwise, it is seemingly featureless. Nope. You like just became level 11.
Level 1.
That's like 2 days, dude.
Seriously. Like, leveling up is supposed to take a long time at this point, so...
I mean, honestly, were we supposed to shout out of the sky? Because we've been doing a lot.
We've all aged a couple years in that last.
I mean, we are in the grind of D&D. Like,
No,
this
I'm
is
playing,
where
I'm
this is supposed to happen.
So do we get this long rest?
Yeah, I think we're all exhausted. We all.
Yeah, okay, so, although the storm howls not far away, you are not pursued, and the hours pass uneventfully, with one exception. About 3 hours in, Yahek, you hear a familiar voice transmitted to your mind via sending. It's that of your cousin. And she just asks, Yahek, how's it going? Are you close to fixing things? Do you need anything? Hope you're safe.
I send back. We're doing terribly. Not sure if we're close to fixing it. Need reinforcements. Thanks. Bye.
There's a long pause. And then, what kind of reinforcements would be helpful?
More Inquisitors and
Are you
fighters.
still at are you still at Vovar? And is there anything you need besides that?
Thoughts and prayers. We need more Inquisitors and fighters.
Scrolls!
And scrolls, I guess if you have them. And bleach. Sunlight.
If you could ask her for some syringes and some bleach and some sunlight.
Recovered. It's bad, is how I end it. It's bad.
There's another long pause, and then I will communicate your request to the Empire and see what can be made available and what can get there quickly, but Vovar is far away, and the Empire's resources are stretched thin. I'll check in again when I know more.
Ask about the tentacle.
You can respond one more time.
Tentacle.
What tentacle? Like the
sky
tentacle?
Yeah, the sky shattering if it's progressing.
Thanks. How's the sky progressing? Does it look like it's getting worse? Question mark.
There's another long pause, and then this is the last sending I can spare today. It continues to advance at roughly the same pace. I have been doing what I can to help keep people safe, but as it reaches more populated areas, it's becoming harder.
Tell the group
Okay.
after we're done resting.
Okay. As the hours pass, the faint light that filters through the raging sandstorm and reaches the mouth of the tunnel dims. And then eventually the outside grows completely dark as well, save for the periodic flashes of red lightning, punctuated by the occasional unintelligible, thunderous roar of a very angry Aberrant Tempest. But the hours pass, uneventful, and you guys do all gain the benefits of a long rest.
Yay!
Smash that long rest button. Make sure you hit the notification bell to make.
Oh god.
Smash
Oh.
it! Smash it so hard!
Oh,
do we
God.
set? Thank God.
And if you want to hit it again, hit it again. That way your stat go down even more.
No, don't hit it twice. You don't get all your hit dice back.
Yeah, I know.
I did, because I didn't use all of mine.
Hey!
I very much used all of mine.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, spell slots.
Okay.
At
time
some
to pick
point,
spells, right?
at some point before the full 8 hours, could I have had a chance to talk to the Grand Inquisitor?
Absolutely. After about 4 hours of meditation, she kind of picked herself up.
Yep.
Looking significantly better and just kind of
Same.
just walked over here. But yeah, you could pull her aside.
Kind of walk up behind her.
Caladan.
I feel like you and I are in a very strange position.
A lot of people are in very strange positions right now, but what do you mean specifically? She turns and faces you.
You just risked your life to bring back one of our newer companions. And
Yes.
I've been under the heel of your empire for my entire life, on the run for about 2 years. And I heard stories of weird, questionable deeds on both sides, both from the party and from people I've come across. And you're in charge of all of it, and you chose to help that man. And I am wondering why.
She levels her gaze with your purpley glowing eyes. I'm here to save the world, or to help you all to it. We need everyone we can get, and you're the people that are here. I'm not proud of everything my country has done. Not proud of all that it stands for, but it is my country and I still love it.
That is a surprisingly more reasonable response than I thought I would get out of an Inquisitor.
Not sure how I should take, if I should take that as a compliment or not.
The stories I hear from the group, the last one they met was a bit more zealotous.
Lady Angro.
Mm.
She was a very effective agent. I'll give her that. But overzealous is perhaps an accurate description. She really drank the Kool-Aid, if you will.
It's Kool-Aid, another one of those fancy Empire drinks.
It's actually a magical concoction. She was, as strange as this may sound to you, an idealist, a believer.
Well, she believed very hard in justice and very hard in the deaths of everyone that is currently trying to help you save the world. So,
And had she succeeded, the world might not need saving. But here we are.
I would appreciate the ability, should we succeed, to be able to have a conversation with somebody that is as reasonable as you about the situation of my kind amongst your country.
And it is a shameful situation. There are those among the noble houses who oppose slavery. But the Sun Queen does not, and the Sun Queen is so much more powerful than even the entire collection of all the noble houses that it doesn't matter.
And if you were to bring before the Sun Queen the group that helped stop the world from ending, a feat that apparently she can't do. For if she could, she would be here and we wouldn't. If she is as powerful as you say.
If we get out of this, I will do what I can to gain you an audience before her. This is not a thing I can guarantee.
I'm not looking for a guarantee. I'm looking for somebody that I can have a conversation with.
I don't want to toot my own horn. I'm pretty high up there. If I can't get you a conversation with her, I'm not sure who else could.
I appreciate the ability to fight this thing. I appreciate being able to meet your copper friend, or servant, whatever he was to you.
She looks down a little bit at that. I'd like to think both.
I would remember him if I could in my way.
Of course.
Let's make sure the rest of the group is ready up for this fight. I think we need to have a short conversation before we go out there again. We are less equipped, but I think better experienced. And I think we could all benefit from maybe some legitimate planning this time.
And here I thought we had agreed to go cut our way through the army instead, but... Sure. Let's discuss.
And walk away.
Hey! Okay, so, yeah, you guys have, regained all your hit points, gotten half your hit dice back, gotten all your abilities and shit back.
Oh wait, I have to roll stuff for the Amulet of Restoration.
You sure do!
What is that?
Oh,
I have
man.
to do to restore? How many charges do I get back? On the
It
thing?
should say.
Oh
I
man.
believe it regains
Nice.
1d3 charges at each dawn.
Oh wait,
It
so
hasn't
it's not
actually been
dawn.
dawn. You haven't actually reached dawn yet. It's now night again.
So it's
So
definitely
my-
tapped.
We roll at dawn.
Yeah, so my armor doesn't either.
Correct.
Kiki? Good, I
Um,
forgot about it.
You guys probably fought this thing in like the mid-afternoon. It is now probably around like midnight-ish. So as Kaladin and Sienna walk back to the group, what do you want to do?
I guess we're heading out, because we gotta... Didn't we say we're gonna go fight the army now?
Did we?
Hold on. Just
It's the only other choice we have.
We have to go
reminder-
back.
A reminder for all you kooky folks. I don't have anything else up my sleeve to bring any of you back again. not until dawn.
Well, I mean, we have to do this, and we have to do it fast, right?
I wonder if there is the ability to, if there is something within these corridors that might help us fight the thing outside. And I think we are now, with knowledge prepared, we could fare better outside. We went in and got knocked on our ass because we thought it was a big thing we could hit till
Hold
it
on.
died.
I am under the assumption that we are going for the army. Do we all want to charge back out into that storm at night and die again?
I'm not talking about charging, I'm talking about being smart. We have 2 people that are very fast and or flexible.
We thought we were being smart with the scrolls that we were provided specifically to defeat such a thing. And still, 2 of us died. To charge back into them will only be foolish and waste more time.
I will not go down there and fight those things if they are thralls of other things. You can go do that. You will do that without me.
I doubt. I don't know why you seem to not grasp the gravity of the situation here. The world is ending. That is why we're all here. I did not grasp that situation a mere while ago, but I do now. You know who I am, you know what I am, but I am here trying to fix it all.
Caladan, I got your back. Whatever you choose, I'll do.
It is crazy to me that I am the one who's trying to spare Empire lives.
I think we should explore these corridors, see if there are any resources or knowledge we can find. There might be, I don't know, an off switch, a secret weakness to the thing out there. I do not believe that we've been set upon this course to face an impossible task. I believe we paid a heavy price for knowledge and experience.
Who do you think set you upon this impossible course? Do you think it's the gods? The same gods that are cruel to you? The same gods that have put us all in this situation? This is not a challenge to overcome. We did not overcome it. We avoided it, and we should continue to avoid it. I understand your disdain for fighting things that do not have their own will and are at the heel of something else, but it is not something that we can avoid in a situation that is pressing as this. Does anyone else agree with me?
I don't think we're done out there, man. We're not done out there. I can't.
We can come back. It is an obstacle that can be overcome another day.
Those people won't be alive another day if we carve through them.
Nor will the people that are living in the Empire right now, as the sky is encroaching into them and converting them into more powerful things to have this continue to spiral out of control.
What's the harm in continuing to explore these corridors at least? That is at least... Go
We
ahead,
need
Officer.
to be moving toward an objective.
The Inquisitor chimes in. I think we can do both. We can continue to move towards this great intelligence underground as best we can, and if we encounter anything that we think would help sway our next encounter with that being on our way, then we can take it and use it.
I agree.
If we don't, then we just proceed forward and just fight who we have to fight.
There's no harm in seeing what there's worth seeing.
Can't let that.
Perhaps we'll encounter our new friend again, and
If
maybe-
nothing else, we might find something that just as equally helps us get through that massive Warforged. If we don't think it's strong enough to at least help us fight the elemental.
It's that tower, man. Gotta do whatever's up on that tower.
That 5G
I will
tower.
not go out there and fight that thing again. You have all
I'm-
died. I will not do it again.
I'm prepared this time, though.
I
know
don't
what to
think you
do.
are. I don't think any of us were. We were prepared before with those scrolls, and even those scrolls could not save us. 2 of you have died. I know you do not fear the gods. You wish to join them,
There
but
were
I
scrolls?
do not.
You don't have to go out there. It just needs to be 1 or 2 people.
Then you are consigning those 1 or 2 people to death.
Well, I've died once before. Don't think I think I can handle going back out there.
This time around, I have all my movement spells ready. I can make people invisible. I got more illusions. I got everything ready this time to get to that stupid tower and turn it on.
Listen, I'm honestly okay with anything we do. So, whatever you guys vote for, I'll help my damnedest.
What do you think, Yahak?
What does Caladan think?
Caladan does not want to fight the Warforged. Based on philosophical issues.
Well, listen, I got...
Hey, Caladan, here's the one thing I will ask. Let's just say we go back, kill the sand thing, air thing, dust thing, I don't know. And then we go and the Warforged still attack us. Would you be okay with killing them?
I wouldn't be okay killing them in any circumstance, but I just want to make sure I want to kill things that want to kill me because that's their choice or because that's their nature. I don't want to fight a thing that is being forced upon it. But I will if there is no other choice because I do care about most of you. So if you don't find anything in these corridors, you don't find any knowledge or weapons or I don't fucking know it. A giant glowing off switch.
Okay.
Oh, you mean like this one back here?
Oswald, I will
Turn you off.
I will say mean things about you behind your back.
Damn it! No, please no!
his one weakness.
If
Gossip.
you don't find anything in these corridors that can help us with that fight, then
Okay, so why don't we do what Miss GI lady here said, and look around for a couple hours, continue moving. If we see Warforged, we double back, and if we don't, we'll see if we find anything.
I got...
Should we split up and take a look?
no,
No.
I got...
absolutely
so-
not.
Groups. Grand Inquisitor goes on herself. Vek goes by himself. Everyone else together.
God.
I believe
I
you're
think-
all looking at this situation purely emotionally. And I don't think that's how we need to be looking at this all right now. I understand it is difficult to make these decisions, but decisions need to be made. We have failed fighting that thing. Okay? I
Do you always
understand
give up the second you fail?
honestly, Mr. Monkman who just died, I want to hear nothing of you challenging my convictions. I have given up everything to get to where I am. I have given up my humanity to get to where I am. So challenge my convictions one more time, and I will send you to meet yours.
Easy.
You can certainly try.
Like I said again, you are thinking with emotions. Tearing us apart right now is not what we should be doing. But we are. So let us stop and continue moving toward the objective, which is the great intelligence.
I've got one more trick that I didn't show you guys yet. I lift the palm of my hand.
I'm not gonna
Upwards.
pull your finger.
And I minor illusion a dense fog cloud, or like a sand-like storm, like cloud, and I say, I can make this across that entire field and make it invisible, make sure nothing sees anything in there.
And how do we hit the thing?
Well, it's big and it's loud, and I could just summon another illusion so it attacks
If we can't
that.
see it, we won't be able to hit it.
The thing's like 200 feet wide. You can see that compared to
If
us.
there's a wall in front of you, can you see through it? Can you see through the fog?
Well,
Or
if you know
not
there's an
thinking
illusion,
intelligently.
if you'd let me finish, if you know there's an illusion there, you can see through it.
So you're telling me that we would be able to see through this fog?
It'll just
think we
appear.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It'll appear just like a little bit of a background for you guys.
Again, I think we should fight the Tempest again. I am not against exploring these corridors and finding out some more information. I will hate myself for the rest of my unlife if we have to go fight those things. But if that's what if the group unanimously wants to do that, I will not. I will go along with that. But I want to see what is in these corridors and what we can find out about them from them. Is that a compromise, Vic, or is that still not enough?
No, it is wasting time. We make a decision now. We vote. Do we go back out there, or do we continue to fight through this Warforged? I'm done wasting time. And I'd expect to hear more from you, Miss Grand Inquisitor, as your people are the one who are dying right now.
She fixes you with a stare.
I understand I am an asshole. I understand that. That's not something I run away from. But you know when I'm right.
I don't know that you are now. I agree with Kaladin that checking these corridors for any tools that may help us in either fight is a worthwhile use of our time.
Yeah, I vote for looking. At least for a couple hours. An hour, 2, maybe 3. No harm.
Well, then, so it is settled. Give me 10 minutes, I will cast Comprehend Languages, and I will begin to search.
It's actually 11 minutes. I guess I'll cast War Pigs while he's doing that. Why not? Does that take a spell slot?
If you
it's
do
a
it as a
ritual?
ritual, it does not. But
Might as well cast War Pigs then.
Can you do it as a ritual?
Yes.
Oh, then yeah, you can do that.
Cool, I have a War Pig for some reason now.
Okay, so as Veg casts his Comprehend Languages spell, and Kelavandor summons a giant phantom pig.
I go to pet the pig, my hand goes through it, and I get disappointed.
No, you could ride it.
Oh, never mind. I ride
It's
the pig.
corporeal enough that you may ride it if it allows you to. Boop.
Yay!
Go.
No, that's a pig.
I try to get on Oswald's shoulder.
You go through Oswald and the pig.
Oswald was an illusion.
Does your war pig have a name?
Piggy.
Big war.
Mr. Piggy.
Galen, what was that? What was that one beer we had that was like something pig, right? I don't remember now.
Pepper pig.
Pepper pig? Peppa? I think it was
Peppa
Peppa. Alright, that's the pig's name. The pig's name is now Peppa.
Sergeant,
Okay.
Sergeant Peppa's Lonely Hearts Club Pig.
So you should be able to control it in a moment.
Pep, 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 pep. Everybody, Peppa.
Sorry for Peppa Rocket.
Give it its proper health here.
Oh, right, it has. Doesn't it have the statistics of a riding horse?
Peppa rocking in the.
Is Fine Steed, is that what the spell is?
Using Fine Steed or Phantom Steed?
Phantom.
Yeah, so that actually does have hit points.
Oh, my bacon pig
Yeah.
could have. Dang.
John,
This is-
you gotta
this-
click the spell so that we can read it for you.
This is Gygax the Elk all over again.
Oh yeah, that is.
yeah. Towards the end of that casting, does this kind of like shuddering, stuttering, shuddering sensation that affects all of you. I don't need any of you to roll saving throws, but there's just like this moment where you like lose a second.
Whoa there, Peppa.
Well, I'm sure that's good. I can see in the dark, but I can't see very well. Does anybody else want to lead this party with me?
I got my
Oh.
fire sword.
I like
I'll get
Caliban.
I think we should keep the fire in front to a minimum.
I don't like Caladan.
I forgot. Did we inspect these things that were in the room before?
Did you?
I don't remember.
Sure.
Last
We didn't.
Do you want to?
Uh,
You didn't last game. Do you want to?
no. I mean, like, I would want to look at it now with comprehend languages
Okay.
and see if anything pops up, any kind of, precursor or crap.
Sure. There is precursor writing on both of these, and they appear to be identical. But go ahead and make an investigation check with
Can I-
advantage.
I was gonna say, can I help him out? Because
You sure can, but he would have had advantage anyway
Right, so that's- yeah,
with his
okay.
key. So
Kalima. That tower, though.
15.
15. Okay. doo-doo-doo. Okay. Each container, or each large container, appears to be some sort of chamber. Both of them have what you are able to identify as some kind of door on the face that faces the entrance to the chamber. And inscribed vertically along the seam of that door are words previously incomprehensible, now with a comprehend languages spell that read Goliath power armor, authorized use only.
Clank. Clank.
The only thing they fear is you.
Brother. However, the overlay from your key does not indicate any. Like, now that you can see the various readouts and understand them as you look at these things, you see. Yeah, there's a bunch of terms that don't make sense. So I need you to make an intelligence check.
Regular with advantage.
Just a regular intelligence check. This is to see if you can decipher the weird words that are popping up in your vision.
Okay.
Dispel magic.
Intelligence check. That is 9.
9. Hard to make sense of the various terms, numbers, and whatnot that pop up as you look at each of these. You are able to discern that one of them is different. Like something about the words changes when you look at the one in the north chamber versus the south chamber. And when you look at the one in the south chamber versus the one in the north chamber, the word that seems to change, or the words that seem to change, have something to do with like damage or charge or something, but it's hard to know exactly what it means.
Some good UI.
There's no, like, can you, like, open it? Is there any kind of open or whatchamacallit?
We can try.
Yes.
I will attempt to open the northern one.
Yes.
I walk right up next to him and I light up the light blade.
Okay. As you search this thing for a way to open it, with that investigation check, there's no obvious button or lever or like control panel or anything. It appears to be entirely smooth, except for like the door with the inscription on the front.
Can I?
Oh, go ahead.
Never mind.
No.
No. Oh.
I was gonna say we have Lyle and we have this. I hold the light blade. Do you
Kind of
think
does the sputtering Kylo Ren thing.
Just like shake it.
I start punching a bowcaster wound that I don't have for some reason?
I nudge my way through and I put my hands on it and I just say, open.
In what language?
Precursive.
All of them.
You put your hand on it and say open in all of the languages you know, I guess.
Sylvan is one of them.
Sure, and nothing happens.
Well, I've done all I can do to deflect you all.
Wait, Vig, why don't you try that?
I mean, I doubt it's gonna work. I put my hand on open.
Nothing happens.
I'm gonna start to cast identify.
Although the text that reads authorized use only is briefly like highlighted.
Yes, Callie, get up here. What are you gonna do?
Oh, I was gonna say
Finish the yawn and say that again.
Excuse me?
He said he was gonna cast identify.
Thank you. Someone understands me.
I'm pretty sure there's armor or something in here, but we just need some kind of way to open it or authorization to get it.
I idly just keep swinging the light blade back and forth.
I mean, if you want to give it a good old try.
I'm just saying that you more intelligent people do your thing first. I have the smash option if we need it.
While they're breaking it, can I take Lyle out of the bag?
That's a smart person thing, see?
You can absolutely take Lyle out of the bag.
Can you use
very
him?
heavy as you draw him out of the bag. Then there's the three little like blue lights on the front side of him kind of turn on and he floats up. Oh, hello.
Hey,
What can I
Lyle.
do for you? I'm
So,
very tired. I'm sorry. What's up?
no, it's all good. Can you help us with this thing?
Kind of slowly spins in front of your face. Oh, well, that's a fortuitous find. Kind of tilts to the other side. Are there any more of them around?
There's one in the other room.
Another one.
Slowly floats over to the other room. Oh, well. Floats back over. Well, the one in this chamber appears to have greatly diminished power reserves, but appears to still be operational. Would you like administrative authorization?
Wait, what about the
Use it?
other one? Does the other one have not restrained whatever you said?
As far as I'm able to tell, it appears entirely discharged.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
this one, though.
But
so
before
like
you
lightning, like electricity.
That's not a terrible idea. That might work.
Wait, what?
But before you do, what is it?
What?
This thing.
Oh, it's a suit of Goliath power armor, used by those of who was it used by? Kind of pauses for a second, rolls a history check. As my dice bounce onto the ground. I don't really know who used these, but yeah, it's definitely a suit of Goliath power armor. If it's still working, it's quite an intimidating war machine.
Yeah, can we get authorization to use it?
What's in the other?
He said it was diminished. He said it was like the power was.
Yeah,
up.
it's not working.
No more spells.
Oh, I thought we were charging it with lightning. Sorry.
I don't have lightning.
I can make pretend lightning, but not actual lightning.
Well, the elemental has lightning, right? You just gotta get.
This one
yeah.
he can open. Let's open.
No.
Let's
Guys,
have him
let's
open the
get
thing.
One of those lightning balls come to chase us.
Nope. Open the thing. We have a thing. We have a key. Turn the key.
Wait, hold on. Who's gonna get the armor? My vote is Caladan.
I bet Kaladin in the keyhole.
Ow!
No offense,
ow,
Mr.
ow.
Oswald and Mr. Caladan. I'm not sure the armor would be suited for your physiology.
I'm not offended. I don't know why I have plenty of armor. Thank you very much.
Lyle turns and
Wait,
again
so whose
looks at.
physiology would it work on?
Oh, I think it would be suitable for any of you except for Mr. Caladan or Mr. Oswald.
Sorry.
Carry on.
Thanks, Fruzy. You didn't see that coming? So when we get to Fallout, like, I'm screwed, right?
So, Lyle kind of turns and looks at the or whatever the chamber it is again, and then there's a brief, and the doors like pop out and slide open, revealing on the inside of this thing a suit of armor unlike any you have ever seen. It bears similarities in its aesthetic and design, actually to the construction of the Warforged, but appears to be kind of open and hollow, and has a number of components that are made of the same, like, really hard dark metal, and it has a number of strange pieces of like tubing and like weird rubbery like black rubbery material at the joints, and the armor itself is like this matte black, the metal panels of which are textured in a strange way, and it looks as though it could fully enclose and protect a like normally sized humanoid.
What about two smaller humanoids?
They could certainly try.
If I put Oswald on my shoulders and I crouch, could we then use it?
You'd have to put
Only
your
if you
tail.
were two goblins.
You'd have to put your tail somewhere, and I don't know if Oswald will enjoy.
And as Lyle looks at it for another moment, there's a faint, and various parts of the armor, including a couple like lights on what look to be the chest plate, begin to glow. There you go. Who will be using it? I can authorize them to take control of the suit of armor.
Well, hold on.
Here's an interesting thought.
Know how to use armor to wear it?
Could you pilot the armor?
It would be an unconventional interfacing of systems.
Would you then be sharing a power source?
I appreciate where your head's at. Unfortunately, demands of my own internal systems are not particularly compatible with that of the armor. I could drain its power to enhance my own abilities for a short time.
Hmm.
I suppose I could pilot the armor, if none of you want to use it.
Vague, is this something in your wheelhouse?
Is what?
Is this something in your wheelhouse?
Well, we still haven't made a plan. We just acquired armor, which adds more options to the planning that we should probably start to make to fight that thing again, correct?
Well, this is my whole point, is that we should explore to see if we could find things to better, give us options to fight that thing, and bearing we don't find enough. We go down there and fight the other things. But this seems to be a boon that could potentially help us to fight the big thing. Lyle, A, thank you.
Of course.
B, do you have in 25 words or less description of what this thing can do?
Well,
That's
It's-
24.
Well, this provides significant protection to the wearer, enhanced mobility, and has certain built-in combat armaments. And as Lyle kind of floats close to the thing. Oh, and this looks like one that's mounted with booster rockets.
I don't know what those are.
Oh, it can fly.
And I just look back towards Vayek, and I look at the glaive, and I look at Vayek, and I look at the glaive, and I look at the armor.
Aha.
But I should forewarn you all that while this suit is still operational, its power level is very low. It would be able to use some of its more impressive abilities only a very limited number of times before its power source were to fail.
How much time do you give this thing?
Depends on how strenuously it were used, I suppose.
Expect strenuous usage.
Well, I expect that it could. Well, if used in its most basic operating mode, I imagine it would last for several minutes. If any of its more potent abilities were activated, it would be able to do 4, 5 of them, perhaps?
Do you think this compound might have sources of power that could be used to recharge the suit?
That's certainly a possibility.
What happens if it goes critical or runs out of power?
Oh, well, then it just kind of stops, and whoever's in it is kind of stuck.
Could they get out, or is it just like they're stuck in it?
Oh, I mean, it could be removed with difficulty and time and external assistance.
Alright, well, this is a possibility. Maybe we don't get into it quite yet, but this is a possibility. A thing we can use. Well done opening that up and actually thinking that these were containers and not just, rocks in a room.
Intelligence score lowered by 1.
So shall I transfer control of this armor to any of you, or are you just going to leave it here for now?
Let's wait.
Will transferring control make you tired?
Not particularly, but it's something that's best done only once.
I guess we'll wait.
Yeah, we might find it is more useful on one of our squishier boys. We don't know yet. But we can come...
I am pretty squishy, and I poke my skin and it goes in. A little bit.
Alright, we continue to explore the rest of the area.
Yep.
Okay. Well, so the little area you're in right now has these two chambers, each of which seems to contain one of these suits of powered armor. The corridor over here is caved in. And then there's another room over here, seemingly empty, but with 3 different staircases that go down into darkness.
Does my 120 feet of magical dark vision reveal any more of this straightaway hallway that I'm standing in? Like looking towards where the hallway is collapsed? Anything past that, or no?
Oh, no, it turns to the right and it just ends there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's their wall. Yeah.
That wall. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
God, why don't you have that already uncovered?
um, so yeah.
Can we just go down the stairs one at a time, I guess?
Sure. I walk into the middle of this room.
Your dark vision does allow you to see that these staircases each go down about 60 feet each lands in what you imagine to be some sort of corridor extending in each of the 3 different directions.
I think there's enough of us to each take a
Party.
staircase.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Okay. Kaladin, I'll stick with you.
Okay, let's take the north passage, you and I.
How do you guys intend to read?
I can read stuff if we need.
Pigs can read, right?
How about if we
Big
see
Lion.
anything? How about if we see anything that has writing, we get you.
How do you intend to access the writing?
Again, if we see writing like you saw on that statue, we come get you.
We could also...
Honestly, I
expedite
like this
this.
plan. We'll all split up. I'll stay right here. If you guys find something worth reading, I'll come and get me. I'll be waiting right here.
Aelin, take my hand.
I take his hands.
I realize I'm not really that strong. I can't really lift you up, so I get down, and then I wait for you to get up and pull me up.
I pull him up.
Peppa, yip yip.
Oh, we're going.
Plop
Oh,
that
wait,
power armor
okay.
in the thing there. Okay. Okay, so who's going where?
Oswald and I are gonna just go down to 60 feet and not go anywhere past that until we can see more.
Okay.
Of the northernmost stairway.
So vague staying put. Heck, what you doing?
South.
What?
South.
Okay.
Is Yanek going with the Inquisitor?
Sure.
Ooh,
Alright.
I mean, we're going in groups of 2.
scandalous.
Oh, yeah, we have a perfect... Yeah.
Okay.
Just before we head out, hey, Vaic, do you think it would behoove us... You know what, never mind. The key requires attunement, right?
No, not technically, but it
It's
takes,
like pseudo-attunement.
takes about an hour before it starts working for you if you haven't worn it before.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know anything. I don't know what the key is. I kick the pig in the side. Mush.
Well, we know who's getting there first.
Let's be
Okay.
real, he was going to get there first anyway.
So,
Why is this pig moving so slow?
as you guys descend into these
It
various
has-
corridors,
Oh, we're so fucked. We're so stupid.
Okay. Each group has plenty of dark vision or sources of light, so I'll just go clockwise from top. So, Kaladin and Oswald, are you proceeding with lights on? Are you proceeding stealthily? How are you going?
I I'd like to be as quiet as possible, Oswald, if that's okay.
Yep, I'll be stealthy, holding on to Kaladin. Kaladin, do you have a tail?
Yes, I do. I have a tail.
I'm gonna hold on to Kaladin's tail as
You
my
can't
like
just ask that.
guide.
They get,
By the way, Tail is my next character.
Caladan's tail specifically.
Yes.
It gains sentience.
What's your first name? Cal. What's your last name? Aladan Tail.
No. What's your first name, Cal? What's your last name? Dan Tail. Do you have a middle name? Ah.
Okay. All right. So as you guys proceed stealthily, I'd like you guys both to make stealth checks, please. Make
Stealth.
checks, and then you can either make separate investigation checks, or one of you can aid the other.
Good news, bad news. Bad news. Natural 1. Good news, I can re-roll it. You have a... Oh, okay. Aelin. Goddamn Cal. And,
You said
And then an investigation check as well.
I give Calavandor advantage.
Alright. Well, he rolled a natural 20, so I guess I'll roll separately.
so 19 stealth, natural 20 for a total 26 investigation.
Okay.
Wait, do I have disadvantage?
Because it's dark.
Yeah.
No, I'd say like that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Well, I just rolled a 2 and a 5, so I'm super happy about that.
All right. Good to know. Okay. We'll get to that. Calavandor, Aelin, how are you proceeding on Peppa? Are you proceeding quickly,
Well-
stealthily?
Quickly, but it is an illusion pig, so it doesn't make sound.
Very true.
John, did you roll stealth and investigation?
No, that's investigation I rolled.
Okay. Well, so you are proceeding quickly. The phantom pig does glow a little bit. So if you are trying to be stealthy, I'm going to say make a stealth check anyway.
Sure. Why not? Natural 20.
Okay. Great.
All
All right.
This session's gonna go.
You actually managed to tailor your focus on the spell to reduce the glimmer of the pig until it's this barely visible phantom outline that makes no sound as it moves. Cool. And then, Yahek, how would you and the Inquisitor like to proceed?
Loud.
You have the stealthiest person that we've ever met.
Who?
The Inquisitor?
Loud.
Up to you. You'll be able to cover more ground if you don't try to be stealthy, so.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Is Vaic rolling stealth?
Oh, sitting in the lobby.
Alright, so I'll ask, you can either support the Inquisitor's investigation, she can support yours, or you can make your own.
I'm gonna support hers.
Alright, so she will roll investigation with advantage.
Ah! I dropped a dice.
A D6.
Okay. What?
What?
Okay, so, alright. In order of, straightforwardness, Caladan and, well, I'll just go in the same order, it's fine. Even though I went counterclockwise. Whatever, fuck it. Okay, so, as Caladan, you and Oswald, proceed, Caladan, you can see perfectly well, and find what looks like, another set of interesting container-like objects, not so large as the one that you found this powered armor in, but seemingly intact. You recognize that they have the same style of like doors on the front, and these are maybe like 4 feet high, and some similar text, even though you can't quite understand it. And you point this out to Oswald. I don't know what you guys want to do with it, but
Hey,
we found
Oswald.
perhaps four smaller versions of these, like container-like things.
Oh, maybe this armor for me. How heavy are they?
You go to try to move them. They appear to be firmly affixed to where they are in the floor of the chamber you find them in.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
Is this at the end of that 60 feet, or is this like halfway down? Like,
This
Oh,
is
God.
this is just an ambiance image. This is so at the end, bottom of the stairs, a corridor led on for another 100 or so feet before you started finding rooms to either side. And one of them was open and had these in it.
Interesting. Maybe these are supplies, or it seems too small for armor.
Speak for yourself.
I guess I am in this instance.
Yeah, I mean, should we go get Vic?
Well, alright, so we found a couple closets that have some supplies, but they're good. So we can go back and wait for the rest of the group up at the top.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright.
Woo! My nat 20 showed me that there were rooms. Yeah.
Out my 3.
Okay. As you guys turn around to go back, are you going back?
Yes.
Okay. As you're going through the door, with those delightful stealth rolls, Kaladin, one of your wings catches, and there's a scraping sound as one of the claws on the ends of it just kind of scrapes against the frame.
Damn it! How do you work these things?
Unclear if anything heard it, but that noise was made. And it echoes down the corridor.
I think that that was really loud, and I think we should just book it back so that if anything comes, it has to come up the stairs.
Naruto runs.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds fine.
Okay, do you want to thunder step back? Just throw all.
No, I really don't, because if we go fight the Aberrant Tempest, I'd love to have all of the spells that I can use to use.
That's fair. How about we quickly stealth back then?
Why do we need to stealth? We're just gonna. I'd start going back at a regular pace.
Oh God! Ah!
Certainly not louder than your eldritch claws scraping against the door frame. You got that. Whatever might have heard that, wasn't gonna, or if something didn't hear that, it wasn't gonna get tipped off by the noise you make running back. Okay. So that happens. And as you guys go and make your way back, Elvandor and Aelin, you reach the bottom of the stairs on Peppa and find that this too ends in a long corridor that leads off into darkness. Yes, my video does appear to have frozen. Let me reconnect to Roll20.
No.
There we go. Okay, so as you proceed absurdly stealthily on this phantom pig, making nary a sound, but a whisper in the darkness. You proceed at great speed down this wide corridor. You find a couple of chambers that are open to either side. Calvender, you're quickly able to discern that there's nothing really of value in them. You do see in one of them a couple of crumpled and seemingly inactive or dead Warforged. And do you want to stop to investigate or keep going?
I look at Ailey.
Yes.
Ailey, old chap. Should we investigate those?
I think it's worth doing. And if something's worth doing, you gotta do the do.
Yeah,
Do
pound it.
I pound them real good. It's magic too.
Ow. Alright, man. I get off and go investigate this 8.
I'm gonna say this can all just be part of the previous investigation check. And best you can tell, these Warforged have been here a long time. And there's little of value among them except on the right arm of one in the corner of this maybe 15 by 15 foot chamber. There's this large cylindrical thing kind of built into and over where its arm might normally be. And you recognize it as a similar device to that on the arm of another Warforged that you fought earlier that was able to shoot some kind of explosive thing at you.
Uh-huh.
That looks familiar.
Doesn't require concentration. That's what's important. Alright.
Sorry, I wasn't focusing. What did you say?
See, our conversations require concentration. If you want to be an intellectual like me, you're gonna have to pay attention.
What'd you call me?
Just take this. I hand him the missile launcher of fucking doom.
It is still attached to this dead Warforged arm.
He hands me the arm of this Warforged.
I hand him the arm of the Warforged.
Make a strength check.
I just drag the Warforged. Natural 1.
Okay, yeah, you go to pick this thing up and try to remove it from the corpse, and you can barely even lift it. The device itself is very heavy and barely moves. And you kind of lose your grip on it, and there's a heavy thunk as it falls from your grip and hits the floor.
Is there a button?
Roll a d20.
Oh boy.
No. This is why they have safeties. 6.
6. Okay. Nothing happens.
Do I see a button on it?
Do I see a safety?
Make a new investigation check.
Investi? That would be a 27.
27. Okay. You are very certain there's not an obvious way to remove this thing or forged arm. It appears to be almost like built into it.
Alright, Aelin, you know what to do.
I punch its arm off.
Okay. I guess, just roll whatever check you think would be appropriate to see how quietly you can do this. If you're trying to do it quietly.
A check? Does Dex sound fair?
Yeah, Dex sounds great.
That's pretty appropriate.
Ka-ching!
8.
Okay. It takes a bit of doing, and it makes a decent amount of noise. But you are able to eventually extract this device from the corpse of this warforged. It weighs perhaps 50 pounds or so. And you, yeah, there's still a bit of warforged forearm in there. But you have this device.
I look at Calvandor and I say, I have the device.
Then it is time for us to go back up, I guess. I was just trying to be badass or something.
Oh, did you not want to look further in the hallway?
Oh, there's still more to that hallway?
Yeah.
Keeps going.
Let's
Yeah.
keep going.
Okay. Nothing can go wrong.
I mean, yeah.
Fades to black.
The Batman theme song plays as we board Peppa stealthily.
Well, actually, as you do, you
Oh.
hear echoing from the direction you were going. Still faint, but you hear a sound like metallic footsteps.
I turn the pig around and go the other way, flying up the stairs
Okay.
with Aelin.
Make a Are you throwing stealth to the wind, or what's it gonna do?
Let's go stealthy, I guess.
Roll a new stealth check.
Hold me back, Calvandor. Hold me back.
Aim that arm, man. Ooh, 19.
19. Okay. The phantom pig proceeds very quietly, although not quite so quietly as before, but nonetheless at great speed, back up the corridor.
I'm holding the arm like a rifle.
The echoing sounds of these footsteps fainter behind you, and eventually you get either outpace them or get far enough away that you no longer feel them.
Dun 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 dun.
So, as you guys make your way back after a couple minutes, Yahek, as you and the Inquisitor just are moving quickly down this corridor from room to room, you're helping her look, but if you guys find just 3 sealed off chambers, and that the corridor is caved in after about 100 feet.
Damn it.
All right.
Really? Oh, God.
Sorry, she rolled real shitty in her investigation, even with advantage. So, yeah, you guys don't find anything
That is
particularly
awkward.
interesting. Right? It's literally her job. You don't find... Yeah, this corridor seems to dead end. And the chambers that you quickly rooted through were just empty of anything useful. I'd say because you were moving quickly, not trying to be stealthy, you guys can make it back before anyone else does, having kind of reached this dead end. I made it back. So, as you guys complete your various investigations and decide to return to this central chamber. So, yeah, they come back, Vic, and report that they didn't find anything interesting and that the south passage is a dead end. And then at round about the same time, Aelin, Calvandor, Oswald, and Caladan return from their various explorations a few minutes later. So, as you guys regather in this kind of hub chamber, I'll put you back on the map. What would you like to do?
Hey, Vic.
Yeah.
You think you can get this arm thingy off of the rest of this arm?
Do it. Is there like an arm in a socket, or is it just like something on a forearm?
Make an investigation check.
Oh, well.
With advantage.
And do I see any flowy symbols and stuff?
You sure do.
Ooh, I like flowy symbols. Investigation 19.
19, okay. Between the words that you're able to understand and your own inspection of this very heavy device that Aelin's carrying, you gather that it is compatible with either the arm of a Warforged, or can be mounted on a suit of the power armor. And you also recognize this is very similar to the construction that was on the arm of the Warforged who was shooting explodey bits at you.
Can I try and remove it from the Warforged arm?
At this point, it's more like removing what's left of the Warforged arm from it.
Yeah. Pull. Is there like a forearm bone or something I can pull? Or
Do you need like a toothpick? And I hold out my short sword to like pry it out of there.
How would you like to try to get... So it's this like cylindrical device, which appears to be kind of divided into like 6 almost like lobes, and you gather that each one of these contains some number, whatever missile type things it was shooting, and it just kind of doesn't have an obvious like release mechanism in it. Yeah, there's like the front like 3/4 of a Warforged arm kind of still in there.
So, like, is it something that gets bolted around a Warforged arm, or is it something that's embedded in the Warforged arm?
Unclear. So, yeah, how are you trying to...
Do we still have Lyle, who's floating about?
I don't know. Do you?
Or did he
Or
get put away?
Put him away.
We put him away.
Okay. So he's back in the bag.
I guess I will try to not pull the Warforged arm away, but peel? If that makes sense?
Yeah, go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Okay. 16.
16, okay. You make some progress, and you imagine it'll take you a few minutes, but you're able to start removing bits and pieces of Warforged arm. It'll just take a few minutes to complete the process and clear the thing out.
Was there anything else while I'm working on this?
Yeah, we found a bunch of containers down in the north hallway that are smaller than what the power armor thing came out of, but they're sealed in a similar way, I think.
Yeah, there was writing on them.
There was writing on them, but they looked like smaller containers, so they might have stuff in them.
There were also
And I sort of tripped over myself, so we made a little bit of noise, so there might be stuff down there.
there were some footsteps in our staircase.
Can I look down their staircase with my super dark vision?
You don't immediately see anything. Not in your visual range, anyway.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see anything.
So
Well, I mean, I heard it, not saw it.
Well, I can't help you then.
And,
Can you hear in the dark?
No! I'm very bad at it, actually.
Not without my glasses.
Can I, so are we gonna go down the north hallway to look at the cases?
let's do it. And while we're doing that, I'm still peeling away Warforged
Okay.
bits.
okay. I mean, the thing...
Can I-
Well, I'll say the thing is pretty heavy. It's going to be hard to move with it and work on it.
Just finish what you're
Can
doing.
I?
I think I'm pretty strong.
You are, but it's a delicate operation. So,
Can you bring the supply things to me while I work on this, or is
No,
this,
they're stuck to the
I
floor.
have to go to
Alright, how long do you think? You said it will only take a couple
couple of
minutes.
minutes?
That's
Yeah,
fine.
we'll wait.
That's fine.
While he does that, can I place like, I don't know, 20 or 40 ball bearings across like 2 or 3 of the steps going down the what is that, west hallway? Not that they're rolling down the steps, so we're
Sure.
clear. So that like if anything comes up and maybe slip on it.
I'm gonna stand behind Oswald and just ready a grapple for anything that comes through that hallway.
How many ball bearings will that take? Like 30?
You said 20 to 40. 30
Let's just
is
say
exactly
30.
between 20 and 40.
30 is between those numbers. Depends
You did
how
it.
thoroughly you want to coat the stairs. And,
30 thoroughly.
okay.
I want to use
So-
all 1,000.
I only have 450 left.
Um,
Don't have used them on.
So, as Vivek sets down this heavy device and is working on peeling away the little bits of Warforged arm from the inside of it without damaging it, the Inquisitor kind of perks up, and a moment later, Aelin, you hear coming from the same corridor that you guys came from, the echoing. Still a little distant, but growing louder and closer.
Yeah, these steps are getting louder.
Let's get in like ambush mode. I guess. Did they go down?
Oh, what? No, we're still up here.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
There's guys that way.
Kellavandor.
Yes.
Did you bring seeming today?
Let me see if it seems that way. I did,
Want to make us all look like Warforged?
but that's like really high level, dude.
Is it?
Yeah.
Alright, well, alright. All of you guys maybe hide in corners. Vague, maybe you guys hide in corners with it, or whatever comes up, can't really see, and I will mask many faces myself into Forge.
Okay.
A nod.
Cosplay.
No shield, no weapons, no anything. Just like the body type of Forge.
Beep boop beep.
Beep.
I pull.
Beep, boop, beep. Alright, so
Caladan's
as Caladan assumes this appearance, go ahead and position. You guys can go ahead and position yourselves however you like. Caladan, with your particularly acute dark vision, you see the faintest of like reddish glows from down the west hallway.
I'm just gonna say very quietly, there's a reddish glow coming up.
I'll say you can kind of see down into the corridor here.
I hide the pig here.
Alright, so as you guys all back up out of view, the Inquisitor kind of takes up position side of the door.
Oh wait,
Or
if
side
she's
of the
over there,
opening.
then I'm a.
No, what? I hide the pig here because we don't know what side of the hallway they're going.
So I'm gonna stand like directly in front of Oswald's,
Yeah, heck, I'll back up here with you guys.
in front of Oswald's little like ball bearing thing, and then just kind of continue to stand there and stoically stare down.
Okay. Cool.
Realizing he doesn't speak Primordial, Kaladin is panicking on the inside.
Or Precursor, because you
That
guys
one.
speak Primordial.
I speak Primordial. Precursor. A lot of peace.
Beep
Indeed.
boop beep boop beep.
Alright.
Undercommon.
1101000.
Hold on. You
so,
have more charisma
As
than
you
that.
stand there looking like Forge at the top of these stairs, you see coming into view, kind of at the edges of your dark vision. Well, not really the edges of the dark vision, but just with, like the angle of the stair. You see that.
What is that?
So you see a humanoid figure striding forward, not in a particularly hurt fashion. It resembles in some ways that you have encountered already, but its design appears almost deliberately skeletal. Where the head is, instead of like this kind of abstracted face, it just looks like a skull. But the eyes glow with the same reddish light that you have seen in the other Warforged who have attacked you. It walks forward slowly and appears to be holding some strange two-handed device made of dark metal. It reaches the bottom of the stairs here. Looks up at you and says,
I am. Alright, boys.
Just
Kinda
doing the robot dance.
kind of cocks its head to one side.
I am going to use.
Wait,
Wait. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
because I have comprehend languages up, do I know what that means?
Does that let you understand anything you hear? Or just anything?
For the duration,
you have to be
you understand the
touching
literal you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. You also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface of which for the
yeah.
words
So
written.
from where you are, you just hear. You understand this strange series of sounds to mean some weird designation that you don't understand, but it ends with just report.
I am going to look at the thing.
Mhm.
I am going to point to my throat like I'm motion like damage, and then I'm going to take a couple steps back, almost like kind of like being like hey, come up here, help me, with this.
Oh god.
Make a deception or performance check, your choice.
They're the same.
All right. Well,
Which means you add the same you add the bonuses together.
It's a 19. That's
19. Okay. So as you step back, there's another. Which, Vic, you understand to mean acknowledged, preparing to assist.
I give a very significant glance towards the Grand Inquisitor. It's coming up.
She has the unlit light blade ready in both hands.
Yeah, I have my short sword ready.
And the metal skeletal entity holding, for the purposes of your visualization, is like some large elaborate rifle type thing.
Ooh.
Begins ascending the stairs. It reaches the step on which the 30 ball bearings have been scattered.
It's like a banana peel.
Looks down for a sec. Looks up and continues.
Just like crunch them.
Yep.
I look at Oswald and the Grand Inquisitor.
And as it reaches the top of the stairs, what do you guys want to do?
I'm ready to jump it. Basically, if it looks at me or if I see the Grand Inquisitor go, I'm just shooting out and lighting sword and stab.
Okay. I guess the Inquisitor is also basically holding an attack. So, Kaladin, as it reaches the top of the stairs, what are you doing?
I am going to. So actually, what I'm gonna do is, as it gets within 10 feet of me, in order to pull it into the range of both of the Inquisitor and Oswald, I'm going to cast Lightning Lore on it to pull it forward.
Ooh.
Okay, go ahead and add an attack roll, or
it needs to make a Strength saving throw.
okay. So as lightning whips out of your arm at it, that strength save fails real hard.
All right, so
Natural two.
what did it roll?
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Did it roll less than a 16?
It rolled way less than a 16.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow. Okay, then. It takes 18 points of lightning damage and is pulled 10 feet towards me.
Okay, as the lightning reaches out, wraps around it, and shocks the thing, you see it's like spasms particularly violently. Appears to be vulnerable to lightning damage. So you dealt 18?
I dealt 18.
All right, well, it took 36, and is pulled up the stairs, its feet slipping and losing purchase, perhaps because of the ball bearings. Maybe not. Whatever. But it is pulled forward into the room, and it just makes a yet louder sound. Oswald, what are you doing?
Is it just an action, or is it just whatever I want to do?
You're holding something, you can just do whatever you want, so.
Okay, I want to light my sword on fire, jump in, and just stab it twice, and I guess the throat if it's making a sound.
Alright, go ahead. Make 2 attacks.
First
if you're
attack.
specifically targeting its ability to make sound, I'm going to say you can like do it as a called shot kind of thing. Up to you.
First attack, 12.
12 misses.
Okay, and it's disadvantage, right? That's what the call shot is?
yeah.
Okay. Second, god damn it. 14.
14 also misses.
I rolled
You
a
stab
shit.
once and twice, and both times it just kind of slides across the torso, but doesn't do any real damage. The Inquisitor stalks up behind it and is going to make her 3 attacks. The first will get sneak attack if it hits, because she's her.
Well, I mean, the first one that hits should get sneak attack.
Yes.
Quiet.
That's a natural 2, because she can't roll for shit. For her second attack, that one hits. So as like the vigor with which it's pulled forward, she actually mistimes her first swipe and then brings it around and sinks the light blade into its back, dealing 12 radiant damage with the attack plus. How much sneak attack does she even? Oh shit.
You tell us, Blim. You tell us.
She deals an additional.
And she's a fighter.
That's a lot of dice.
I guess she would have had advantage on the first attack, so this will actually be just the first attack hitting. So that's 10. She deals an additional 26 sneak attack damage. And then has 2 more attacks. Which the second misses, the third hits. She deals another 16. 16 radiant damage as she just sinks the light blade through the center of the thing's torso. The blade erupts from the thing's chest, like maybe 6 inches short of you, Caliban, and it begins sinking to its knees. But has the time to bring up its weapon and
No.
as it makes an attack with disadvantage against you, Caliban.
Hold on before you say anything.
Counterspell.
Counter strike.
I should learn shield. I feel like
Can
that'd be a
I-
good thing for me to learn.
Can I use...
Especially if you want to use a spell point system. But
Actually, you
That's
know what?
true, too.
I can wait until after the creatures roll.
okay,
I want to see if I want to do Pluckers of the Eyeless or not.
fair enough.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, that's a natural 4, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to hit.
No, I'm good.
Alright, so, like, as it's stumbling to its knees, it brings up this weapon, and there's this blinding burst of energy that swoops over your left shoulder, Caladan, and impacts the wall here, leaving 2
just gonna-
scorch marks and, like, molten bits of metal.
Grab the rifle, push it to the side, and then just lay the light blade up in its chest.
Alright, how do you want to do this?
I'm gonna
Cast
say
Eldritch Blast inside of it!
in common, because I just... Find peace.
Okay. As it stumbles forward off of the Inquisitor's lip, you shove yours into it. And as the glow begins to fade, make an insight check.
No.
Good. I'm really good at those, guys.
You don't want to. You don't want to know. You don't want to.
My kids!
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
rolled a 3 minus 1, so that's a 2.
All right. Good. This is good.
Okay.
My great
so yeah, the skeletal metal being stumbles forward. The light in its eyes dims. Help me! Crumples to your feet.
I will drop the appearance of Forge.
I will.
I run around the corner, ready to fight.
I've read in on Peppa the Pig.
Can I,
Didn't. Didn't.
Huh.
can I...
Was he hostile?
Nope.
Okay. So, as these 3 have made short work of this, whatever it was, it collapses at your feet, dropping with a heavy thud this weapon that it used to try to attack you.
Ooh, what you say?
Have I finished picking out Warforged bits?
Cruel.
You're pretty close.
Can I,
Just walk
can I
back
pick up
into the
the...
chamber.
Can I pick up the rifle, or is it too big for me?
You can pick it up. It is heavy.
Does the rifle have any glyphs or anything about it?
No obvious glyphs on it apart from what you're able to identify as numbers. But your key does identify this as a laser rifle.
Well, that's a laser rifle.
You're not quite sure what laser means, but it's a laser rifle, guys.
Can I...
So we have
Actually-
another weapon we can use.
Or do we want to see if Lyle can harvest the energy from it?
We could do that.
I mean,
This is
worst
also
case,
another-
he says no.
This is also not, but apparently this is another ranged weapon that we can use to hit the thing that's at ranged. Give me one moment.
Okay, so who needs this? / can use it?
Pew pew.
I mean, I can't. It's too big for me.
I look at my hands.
Take
I
a
mean,
look at these.
I would say that it is not a weapon that any of you would be proficient with. So, yeah, you could use it. There's nothing stopping anyone from picking it up. It's not magical. It doesn't require attunement.
Damn, where's Kirik when we need him?
And we
None of
wouldn't
you-
get.
Unless anyone has a really compelling reason to be proficient with firearms.
I'm a
I do.
fighter. I'm proficient with everything.
I knew Kirik until we crossed half a road.
My arms are fire.
Was Malik actually proficient with firearms?
What are firearms considered?
Well, I mean,
Or is it like a
kind of
specific?
the wrong thing.
Is it
that's
specific?
like a specific proficiency.
Oh no.
Outside
Yeah.
of martial weapons.
Yeah, no. I thought they were proficient with everything. I am mistaken.
Back the fuck off.
Firearms aren't prevalent enough in the world that being proficient with all martial weapons would automatically mean you are proficient with.
Gotcha. I'm pretty sure I'm proficient with stools though.
Poop slinger.
No, I meant like a stool you sit on. But I mean, technically, you could sit on both.
Yeah, don't tell me what I sit on.
Hey, you could.
So should I ask Lyle if he can absorb the energy?
No harm in figuring out if you can or not.
True.
Okay, I'll take Lyle out and ask him if he can harvest.
Do you
Yeah,
shake
yeah.
him like a magic 8-ball?
I actually knock on him.
Try again later.
Okay, so you pull him out of the bag. Oh, hello again. How long has it been? Oh, this looks remarkably similar to where we were last time. What can I do for you?
So this thing shoots stuff,
The laser.
and I know you're tired. Can you like take that energy into you?
Could
Do I shoot you with it? Is that how this happens?
please don't do that. I suppose I could extract what energy remains in its cell, and that would give me a little more oomph, a little more pizzazz,
Oh, jeez.
but not that much. My own systems are far more complex and well, different
What-
than these.
What about from the Warforged body?
Well, we've kind of done a bit of a number on it. Don't think there's much left there for me to use, I'm afraid.
Okay, well, we'll get back to you.
Have you formulated some sort of plan, or
No, we're still looking.
Still picking
Okay.
the Warforged bits.
It's been about 5 minutes.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll be here if you need me.
I'll see you in another 5.
Very good, very good. Floats back into the bag.
Don't tell him. It's gonna be 6. Oh, pretend it's 5.
Oh, I love pranks.
Okay, I guess we'll just hold on to it until Malik finishes with his cleaning of the bracelet, and then we go to the north.
Well, there's one thing we could do. Since that thing's dead, Aelin, get up! And I put my hand out. Wait.
I pull
get
him
that.
down,
Yeah, I get down,
and then I stand up and pull him up.
and then I get up.
Okay.
We'll go check the rest of that hallway. All right. Peppa, yip.
All right, but yeah, for the purposes of this, that item is that.
It's in D&D Beyond.
It sure is.
It's a person. Oh, wait. Oh,
I don't know why it has a picture of a person there, but it's a laser rifle.
it should just be a picture of Master Chief.
Wait,
Wait, is it not a homebrewed item?
No.
Damn.
Yeah, come on.
However, the thing that Vaic has, and we'll finish picking out, is Vaic. For now, go ahead and add to your inventory a dart missile pod.
What?
Yep, just do it.
You have a
Sure.
needler.
If you hit him with 7 of them, he actually explodes a lot.
It only takes one.
7.
Just start a forest fire.
And actually, I came up with this time so long ago. I'm so excited you guys got one.
A dart missile
What, a dart
pod?
missile pod?
Yeah.
I mean, you could have given it to us whenever.
Okay. Yeah, and you could have found one.
What's
in
the
certain
point in
places,
that?
but didn't. Anyway, so roll 2d4 for me.
I can do 2d4. That's easy. That's 2 little triangle things.
I'm gonna take 2d4 steps away.
Where's
Don't
my
st-
other little triangle?
Just don't
Nothing's gonna
step
be
on
just
the
roll
D4.
2d4.
That's a 2. That's a 1. Total of 3.
So just mark that next to it somehow.
3.
This is Naris.
Okay. Cool.
Breathy.
So you have a dart missile pod with 3 something. Cool. And over the next couple minutes, as they go to investigate the north again, you finish clearing it out.
Did we want to head to... Wait, they're investigating the west or the north again? The west, right?
No, the west.
We're going north for those pods. The smaller pods.
Okay, who's going where?
Kaladin and Oswald, do you want to lead me to where these things were?
I can show you that. That's fine.
Sure.
Yahek volunteers to make sure that no angry elementals come up from the backside of you guys. He'll stay back
When did Spencer leave?
Oh, Sammy.
at the break. He wasn't feeling well.
Calavendor, shall we?
I already
Oh,
hipped
so
the
are we-
We're already down.
Oh, yep.
So you guys are going back down the west passage?
Yeah,
Yes.
stealthily.
Okay. Alright, roll stealth.
Oh, damn, every time. Alright, 17.
25.
Okay, so again, very quietly, disappear into the darkness atop your phantom warpig. You ride past the chamber where you found these Warforged, and continue on. And then, is everyone else going up the north?
I guess.
You don't have to. Just want to.
I'm going north.
Yeah, we didn't really give other people an option, so.
No, we're going north.
Okay, so the Inquisitor is going to stay back as well. Just I can watch this hub room along with Yahek and make sure nothing comes up behind you guys. Okay, so as you guys proceed north, are you proceeding quickly, stealthily? How's it going?
Just quickly, I guess.
Okay. So you make your way. The three of you make your way to the place where
Clink, clonk.
Clang, carrying this like 50-pound dark missile pod under your arm.
Oh no, I would have left it back at the lobby. if
Okay,
I
so that's
could.
still up there
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the Inquisitor and Yahek. Okay, cool. So, as you make your way to these,
Oh, question.
Yep.
While we're walking along these hallways, is there any like inscriptions or like scribings on the wall that say like armory or anything like that, or any directions as to like
make an
leading its way?
investigation check.
I wanted to do that before, but I keep forgetting.
No worries.
Fuck!
15.
15. Okay. So as you come upon these various doors, with the comprehend languages up, you see that one of them is like the labels of most of these rooms are just numbers. You don't see anything that's obviously like an armory or something super spicy. When you get to the, it doesn't take very long to reach the containers that Caladan and Oswald had found before. You see that these, so there are 4 containers, about 4 feet tall and maybe 1.5 feet across. They're all closed. And your key immediately identifies 3 of them as empty. But the one on farthest to the right, from the perspective of the door, does seem to contain something.
I will walk up to that one.
Okay.
Does the inscription match anything of the Goliath armor units?
It that seems different. Wait, I guess find a thing real quick. Okay. Make an intelligence check to see if you can understand what the inscription means.
I am smart.
This is Nari's.
21.
Okay. Inside you find a.
What?
Not sure how we got there, but yep, Nerys is in the container.
Oh, what the fuck?
No, I'm kidding.
Kill it! How did you get here?
Murder him now!
Where is she?
Okay. Basically, the inscription reads, phase shield, authorized used only.
Yes.
Huh.
It's all coming together, lads.
Authorize.
Oswald, can you pop out,
Hey, Lyle.
Lyle,
hello.
I'm sorry we
This is a
lied.
different place
It's been
from where we
6
last-
minutes and not 5.
6 minutes? Oh, well, that's alright.
It's actually been 4.
Oh, well, that's alright too.
Is that how time works?
More than 5, less than 4. Yes.
What
Exactly.
can I do for you?
Can you authorize this? What is this?
Well, can you open it? Actually, can I attempt to open it the way that I saw
Wait.
Lyle open it?
Lyle just kind of looked at it before, so...
Oh, and it just opened? He didn't, like, touch
yeah.
anything or blah, blah, blah.
No.
Lyle, how do you open these containers?
How technical an explanation would you like, Mr. Vayek?
Oh no.
As simple as maybe just opening a door.
I tell it to open.
What did you
tell that?
expect?
Would I be able to replicate that, or is that something that only you could do? Or maybe a Warforged?
With the... Well, you are wearing that delightful interface device. I suppose with the proper authorization codes, you could also attain such an ability.
Could you give me said authorization to see if I could open this?
Unfortunately, my authorization codes are unique to me. If we find my master, perhaps he could authorize you.
Anyway, it was worth a try.
Yeah. What is this?
Oh, this is a... kind of turns and looks. Well, this is a defensive armament. It can be activated to help protect one in battle, and can expend more energy to make one entirely invulnerable in a short time.
For how long?
Does it have a charge on its own, or does it, like, use the charge of a Goliath power suit?
Typically the device has its own charges, but it could be integrated into a Goliath suit to share power.
How difficult would that interaction be?
Not terribly. The equipment is modular.
Ah, yes.
I should warn, however, that a device like this is used sparingly because of certain unpleasant cascading reactions it has with certain kinds of energy.
Such as?
Yes, those are words.
Do
Who has the laser rifle right now, by the way?
What?
I'm asking, like, as a DM, who has the laser rifle, if anyone?
Oh,
It's in the bag of holding.
Okay.
nice save.
Great. Well, there are certain kinds of weaponry one might find in or among my master's servants, or among the ruins of this place that, well, if such energy comes in contact with the protective field generated by this device, both the origin of such an attack and the wearer of this device would be probably vaporized.
And what type of damage would that be?
Mechanically.
Would it be like shocking damage? Would it
as
be
I
loud
step back from
damage?
Lyle explaining this thing as best he can,
Mhm.
Basically, this thing like has certain protective abilities, but it reacts violently to both radiant and force damage.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I can live with that.
It works kind of like the shields from Dune, where it's like they're super cool unless you shoot them with a laser, in which case like both people blow up.
Would that mean? Wait, okay. So what do you mean both people? Like if you had person A with radiant laser rifle and person B with whatchamacallit, and you shot person B with radiant laser rifle,
Both
person
people die.
B
There is a cascading chain reaction that would result in significant destructions on both sides.
meaning the rifle would explode.
It's like Thor hitting Captain America's shield, but just blasting himself instead. Right.
Meaning, I'm trying to devise a plan if we slap this thing on the thing and we shoot it with the laser rifle and we just vaporize the dude.
I mean, and I summon some Quicksilver in my hand. This is technically a very forceful type of damage.
However, if it's going to kill both parties, then it probably wouldn't be used unless anybody would like to make the grand sacrifice. I'm sure I could bring you back when I learn to do that.
I can do this from quite a distance away.
But like we just established, it makes a catastrophic chain reaction, hence why I asked that question.
Or, and hear me out on this, someone just uses it to protect themselves and go push the tower button a few times.
That's a really good plan,
That
too.
is also a good plan. That's just, I wanted to see if we could just simple this out by slapping something that could, erase this thing
Slap
from existence
This
onto it.
on
and then...
air.
I'm with both of you on this one, because I'm really excited about just slapping a thing and making it go away. Like, literally.
Slap stop of Caladan, this baby.
So, this is
But
what I'm
I
thinking.
also realized that, like, we could... Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
go ahead. Continue, Kaladin. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You didn't. I cut you off. Please
No,
go.
it's quite alright, Kaladin. Please continue.
Kill him! Kill him! I have an army!
So Lyle, would this recharge over time? Or do we
Oswald,
need a
that's
power
fucking
source?
rude.
I ignore him.
It has a finite amount of energy unless it is exposed to an appropriate power source.
Could you drain this to increase your power?
I could.
If you were to drain this and the laser rifle, how much more power do you think you would have?
Again, the systems that power me and those that are meant for interfacing with your kind are several orders of magnitude different in terms of complexity.
Could you drain this
You are hoping-
facility?
No.
So like, are we talking about like 1 per gen, 2 per gen, 3 per gen?
I think what he's saying is that we should use these things we found for us.
Oh, gotcha.
That would be a more efficient use of them than me trying to adapt the power sources to mine.
Okay, well,
See, I speak float.
Interesting.
I speak floaty orb.
Floaty orbs, kind sir.
but aren't you down a
There
different
was
hallway?
Yeah,
Oh, you're
I'm
right.
not there.
Yeah.
Shit, damn it.
How big is
It's got
the
so
field?
wrapped up.
The what?
The phase shield?
You don't know, you haven't actually opened it yet.
Hey Lyle, can you open up the door?
Oh, of course. And what is inside? So it's a very large container for it's actually a fairly small device. It looks almost like an omelette made of some sort of silvery metal, with some kind of reddish glass or gem embedded in the center that's perhaps 4 inches in diameter.
Vague starts to breathe heavy.
Okay, you already have an amulet.
I don't. It's gone.
So should Aelin be the one who takes it?
I feel like either myself or Aelin would benefit from this because both of us can move pretty freely throughout.
Or the Inquisitor.
Well,
Yeah.
well, before we start devising a plan, what my thought was is that we have... Maybe we just install these onto the Goliath armor. We have the person wearing the Goliath armor be the annoyance that keeps the attention of the Aberrant Tempest until the people messing with the laser cannon can slap it.
Excuse me.
I think the people with the laser cannon should have this because they have to go the furthest in that area.
Well, like, you know, Kale said before, we can get people there safely via fog and or invisibility, so getting there, but maybe it might be worth it to have them on it just to keep them protected and on it.
I mean, they're gonna have to be there for a while to keep shooting the thing.
True.
I do think that it wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe have somebody in that Goliath armor either distracting them or causing damage.
Oh,
in
should we
addition
put
to
Oswald? Can we put Lyle away just so that he's not just sitting here while we're?
again, Lyle, thank you. We very much appreciate what you do.
Of course.
We'll come to determine who we give authorization to these things the next time we wake you up in approximately 5.45 minutes.
Really,
Yep,
the exact
yep.
amount of time doesn't really concern me.
Just trying to help you out.
Oh, when I go into my... oh, never mind. Okay.
5 minutes and 28 seconds. Yep.
It does seem that maybe that these things would help us survive the big thing outside. I think we're kind of in agreement that the force phase shield thing might help whomever fires the big laser thing.
Do we think this will be enough?
Also, you know what? Let's just all of us get into the main room real quick.
Well, let's
Can
go.
we just grab it?
We'll take it and go back
We
to the
all
lobby.
we convene.
Because I have a plan with Calavandor, if need be.
And hey, I mean, we're still waiting for them to get back from that West Wing. Maybe they found like an instant kill button, or maybe another,
They could have found that switch I was talking about.
or like another power core thing that we could use to charge Lyle up, and then maybe Lyle just hits the instant kill button.
That's true.
That'd be something.
Alright,
Or
so
maybe
we
they
all
find
go
another Inquisitor.
Alright, so we just all go back to the main chamber and wait.
So you guys go back with whoever wants to add it to their inventory can add a phase shield to their inventory. And I'll send you the description of what it does later.
By the way, if no one gets my reference, I don't blame you guys. It's pretty obscure.
Is it from that movie with that haunted house?
No, it's from D&D.
Oh. No.
Oh. Yeah. So, Calavandor Aelin, you'll have to remind me what you rolled on shit. If you remember.
No. I rolled a 25 on stealth.
Okay. Right, you were mad stealthy. Did you ever roll investigation?
I
No.
don't think that did.
Alright, go ahead and do that.
I give Kale advantage.
Alright, sounds good.
That would be a 21.
So, as you proceed down the hall, you pass more sealed or empty chambers before the hall becomes featureless, having turned slightly to the left. And because of the great speed at which this mount can go, you cover pretty large distance along this featureless straight corridor that goes slightly down before it appears to end in some sort of fairly large chamber. And with that investigation and kind of your sense of direction, you realize this is the corridor that goes into the other end of the room where you first met Sight.
Damn it.
And you see a faint red glow ahead of you.
Well, that's probably Scythe. We should go say hi, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
Alright, well, I guess we should go say hi then.
We should probably catch him up on what's happened.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you proceed into the chamber, you find facing away from you, standing in the same place that you first met him, and perhaps not having heard you yet, the spiked, blade-winged, imposing figure of Scythe just kind of leaning against the balcony, head turned away from you.
Hey, Scythe! What's up, my dude?
Turns around,
Oh!
blades play out, and oh,
I didn't know you guys could get, like, frightened like that. That's interesting. So
I
anyway...
discover new things about myself every day.
Hmm. We like to call it courage with caution in my business.
Liquid courage. Should try it sometime. Anyway,
Were you successful in your quest to vanquish the Aberrant Tempest?
It's a work in progress.
do you feel like slightly freer?
I still sense its presence at the back of my mind, but distant.
I thought it would kill itself because it was mad or something. Oh well.
It is indeed mad, but not suicidally so.
Well, it's a bit of a hiccup, yeah, but we're going for round 2.
You fought it.
Yeah, we did.
What happened?
It got real windy. Some people died and came back. Fucking
Yeah, I might have been one of those people. But, Scythe,
What do you
There
mean you
was-
died? How is it that you then stand here?
I came back.
How is that possible?
Um,
For your kind, I've never known such a thing.
magic, baby.
there was someone or some other shoved something in my chest. Very vague on the details.
You can imbue the power of life in objects, and you can use it to revive, my dude.
It was almost as if someone jump-started my heart. Whatever that word means.
To the extent that is possible for him to express and you to understand, he looks thoroughly confused.
I play my lute and I pantomime the images of what happened to me
I minor illusion while he's doing it with sound.
because my lute makes images.
It's like a stop image cartoon.
Yeah, it's one of those, like flip book thing.
Every 6 seconds.
Every 6
every 6 seconds.
Yeah, it's the slowest one you could have.
His confusion does not lessen, but after a minute or so, he says, "Well, I won't pretend to understand exactly what you're trying to show me, but I am glad to see you alive, and grateful that you attempted to free my kin."
Well, don't you worry. We're going back out there. We know how to fight this one.
Slay, before we go, there was a tower-like thing in that room that shot laser beams.
Was there?
There was, and now that you know that it's there, is there some sort of console that you know of that controls things that go on in that room?
Come on.
I'm not sure of quite what you mean. What room?
The room that the elemental was in. It's
It wasn't really a room so much as just like an open space.
it was it was a big open space. It's like around the corner from this room, up the stairs. You make a right, and then you make another right.
I'm familiar with the layout of this place.
Oh, so you know the place I speak of.
I'm unaware of any control mechanism beyond what you have already described. You wish to face the Tempest again.
Yeah.
I hope to. Do you know much of this tower I speak of that shoots these beams of energy?
I have never seen anything here shoot a beam of energy. Apart
do you-
from the weapons borne by some of my kin.
Guess it was kind of like that, but just really big.
Can you tell me the Warforged word for fire?
I suppose I can.
That's good. That's good.
You could say, pew pew!
And it's canon.
Oh. Ooh.
But you
I
have
get
to
up
say
and
it just like that, otherwise it means something entirely different.
It's like
Oh no!
it's a tonal
like-
language.
It's like
Like-
it's like kanji. Like
Is it racist different, or like you can get away with it?
I don't know. You convince the energy made of light and heat whether it's racist or not.
It just fires at you instead.
The laser turret is deeply offended by your cultural insensitivity.
It storms off.
Writes you a strongly worded email a couple days later.
HR gets involved. It's horrible.
It's a whole thing.
This is how your character ends. In piles of litigate.
Well, if you do indeed intend to face the Tempest again, I would appreciate that, and thank you for it. And my offer to lead you straight to the Shielded One, the Great Intelligence, still stands. But if you should fail and survive, I will still do my best to lead you to that place.
We got it this time, Big Brian. Don't you worry about us.
Do you also have the ability to grant people permission to operate this facility?
Don't quite know what you mean.
We found some storage boxes way back when. I don't know. I figure other things in this building require access to use.
I don't know. I have not tried.
Do you have anything that like makes it so super strong winds can't like fuck you up, so you can't really move anywhere?
Do you have a windbreaker?
Just kind of clumps heavily. The winds have never really been an issue for me.
Can I wear you?
I don't think that would be advisable, Aelin.
Ah, you remembered my name.
Alright, well, should probably get back to it then, huh?
Guess we better. Later, Scythe. Good talk.
Thanks
Thank
for the
you.
help again. I go to fist bump him, and I'm like, oh, blades.
Looks a little confused, and indeed the fist he makes, like, where the knuckles are, they're like several spikes.
Just gentle, just a little bit.
Very gently kind of extends his fist.
I give him a Major Armstrong sort of handshake that he makes with that dude in Full Metal Alchemist.
It seems that through their muscles they have become friends.
Well, I shall remain here, and should you succeed, come find me.
No problem, my
Should you
dude.
fail, you may also come find me, and I will take you to the Great Intelligence if I can.
All right, man.
My kin will oppose us.
Right. Man, he keeps repeating himself. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. We don't have any change.
You've been a great friend, Scythe. And I pull Calvander away.
we ride Peppa away.
Okay. So you ride back up the corridor, and several minutes later, reconvene with the rest of the party in the top room.
It's just a way back to Scythe, Scythe, my boys.
We went in a perfect circle.
Didn't
It's
he
very
say he'd be
passive.
running away as far as possible? He didn't seem to go that far. Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, you're actually quite, like, there's a lot of distance between where you are now and where Scythe was. They just went really fast. So,
We're on a pig.
True.
like, he could have, like, hit himself in one of the rooms you passed and been, like, hundreds and hundreds of feet away from where the fight happened, so. Anyway.
So it seems like with the resources we have, if we were to attempt that Aberrant Tempest again, we could potentially invisible somebody with that phase shield to the laser turret. Potentially. Oh, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
No, go ahead, Kaladin.
We could laser somebody. I'm sorry, not laser. We could invisible somebody to the laser turret, and then we have a surefire way of getting past its resistances. We could, illusion a distraction, or throw somebody in that power armor to distract it. If it's as powerful and as durable as Lyle says, that means that maybe somebody that, I don't know.
We also have illusions.
That's what I'm saying, but like Killavando, that would then put the double burden on you to get both the invisible person there and then make sure illusions happen in other places.
I can, some of these illusions, the one that, affects all the terrain, don't worry about that one, baby. That one I don't need to think about once it's cast.
Hold on. Before we start coming up with a plan, let's go over what we have and how we're going to use it, or attempt to use it, rather.
Sounds
sorry,
like planning.
That's
Well,
what
I mean, no, I
as
mean,
well.
before we come up with, like, who's going to be doing what, let's, figure it out. We have a laser rifle, we have a phase shield, we have a set of Goliath armor. We also have that dart missile pod. All these things, outside of the
Go ahead.
laser rifle, can be attached to the Goliath armor. Do we want to attach any of these to the Goliath armor?
I think at the very least, the
Missiles?
The dart pod.
missile pod, dart pod, yes. It seems a little heavy or cumbersome for.
Okay, makes sense.
Now,
What do you
as far as
suggest?
the,
Go ahead.
The
Alphonse.
shields. Go ahead. Yeah.
I think we want to get as many people to the tower as we can. Kale, I saw you make people invisible. Can you do an invisibility where, like... Because, like, I can make people invisible, but they can't do anything while they're invisible. Can you do any sort of invisibility where they could shoot the tower and still be invisible?
Yeah.
How many people?
Well, I can only do one.
Okay.
I will,
So how about
if I may interject, Oswald.
Yeah.
This thing, he dumb. I think if this tower hits him, he's gonna attack it anyways.
But
yeah,
if
but
we're
you can,
able,
you
but
can
if we're
fire
able,
and then walk away.
We need a damn
I'm-
good distraction.
Well,
if we're able to knock out its resistances, I don't know if it's too big to do it, but my big spell, it's really good against dumb people.
okay. So,
I mean, the tower helps with that, right?
well, let's
Sorry, Oswald, you didn't hear that.
let's see. We have the tower, right? We definitely want to be using.
Didn't hear
that.
what?
Yes, definitely the tower. I think
Okay.
even if it's able to like, I feel like it can probably do a lot of damage even if it's unable. Like once it tears down its resistances.
So, okay, but the issue with using the tower is that we need to know how it fires, right? And the way we do that is
Right.
with the key, correct?
Well, no.
I was able.
sorry,
The Inquisitor pipes up. I was able to figure it out.
Yeah.
So you
I
know how.
also
Make it
learned
happen again.
So
from Scythe, make Scythe face.
Well, no, we can make the Inquisitor invisible.
yeah, we could have the Inquisitor man the cannon.
If
Right,
it helps, the Warforged down the hall.
I would be happy to do that.
The word for fire is pew pew.
Do
Pew
you say it
pew.
exactly?
Pew pew.
Like pew pew?
No.
Pew
You have to
pew.
say it. Pew pew.
Pew pew.
The other way, if you say it like the way you said it, is a little insensitive.
No.
I
Obviously,
find
he said it as
my
pew
fault.
pew.
Okay, so
Pew pew. Paladin should not fire this cannon.
understood.
I
I don't
find
know what you're talking about.
Does it sound like
This is
that?
the same way that you said it. It's pew pew.
Oh, just stop. Just
You're
please.
hurting my feelings.
For, for what it's worth, I didn't think it would be particularly valuable in the last time we encountered it, but... Calavander, I don't know how many people you can make invisible, but I can make myself invisible at the time.
Can you do it so that you can still do all them actions, though?
I don't know. Normally it drops if I attack somebody, but I don't know what happens if I try to use that thing.
So, how about Inquisitor's invisible?
Well, that's actually a good point.
But do we want to
Aelin?
leave
if
it
we
up to
just-
technicality?
All right,
But
guys.
But if we distract it enough so that each time the laser
This is
hits
true.
it,
But anyway,
something.
Oswald.
So sorry.
So if we have 2 people or 3 people go to the tower, because remember we want to fire as much as we can. We have Calavandor distracting it with illusions. We can have one other person attacking it, just trying to get its attention. I don't mind doing that. And should we have someone with Calavandor just... Because remember, those little lightning bolts are super annoying.
I can stay with Calavandor. I can keep him safe. If
Did the-
Aelin is going to go with the Inquisitor to make sure that the laser keeps firing.
So did the-
Or do you want to... Sorry, I just want to... What's up, Cal?
Did those lightning bolts come from the sky or from the Tempest? Did it have to see you to hit with it? Is it just gonna keep hitting the tower with lightning and hit whoever's up there anyway if they're invisible?
Well,
I meant the
mean,
balls.
He was also using. There were multiple lightning sources. There were the balls of lightning, and then I thought the Aberrant itself was also dropping lightning on our heads.
Yeah, if you could see us.
But it was both summoning little elementals and dropping lightning.
So there's just a lot of lightning everywhere.
What if...
Oh! Keep going.
Cal, what if you teleported over to the tower with someone
Yes, I was trying to. All right,
and
Here, I got
then run
ideas.
away or something?
I got
Or
ideas
be
for days.
invisible and do it or something
I
like
got
that.
ideas.
Hey, Calavandor has a spell I've seen him use.
I believe Kyle is trying to talk.
Door Dimension?
So anyway, I have the spell that allows me to travel like distances real far and shit. Yes, that one.
Can I ask...
Door dimension.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Do you have to see the area? Because remember, we only see about 60 feet.
Nope. I just gotta know it.
Okay. Did you go to the tower before?
I know it. I was outside it.
He definitely saw the tower before.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Listen, I don't think Vayek saw the tower.
No,
I think he did.
Nope,
he did.
I did not see the tower. I have no idea where that
he
is.
literally ran
I
into-
mean, it'd be simple enough for any of you who were there to describe where it is. So.
Okay. Look, I'm just trying to make sure.
I yell and hear what it is.
So, okay, we have a semblance of a plan now. So, we send Kale over with the Grand Inquisitor. I'm assuming you guys will both be invisible.
And then do we give the face shield to the Inquisitor to keep her alive while she's firing the laser?
So this is where I was thinking about part 2 of this Plizan. So, listen up. Here's what happens. There was that thingy. What was it with the laser? It has to hit something else, and then it like explodes.
Oh, the shields?
It
was the shield.
Yes, the shield needs to
All
come
right.
in contact with other.
So someone, or perhaps myself, needs to get close to it, and I could, like, with my little mage hand, or even perhaps with another dimension door, slap that thing towards it. One of you guys are watching for that, and you go, as you would say, pew pew on that.
But it could also be used to keep who's ever firing the laser alive.
Yeah, hold on. No, well, there's one major
Because-
thing about that shield is that if it comes in contact with whatever, both the wearer and the firer die.
Yeah, but if you can pew pew, and
You're saying...
So that
well,
means both the Grand
Without
Inquisitor
making
and the
contact.
Aberrant would die.
Well, no.
no,
Because
if you don't make
please,
contact.
the tower would be the thing.
You're-
that-
So
also
hold
thinking-
on. I see
but-
where you're
but-
going. I see where you're going. Let me just
Yep.
throwing this out here. If you were to shoot this laser rifle at that shield, both the shield and the laser rifle would go kapowie, right? If you were to take that big fucking tower, shoot the big fucking tower at the shield, both the laser and therefore the tower would go kapowie, killing more than just the Grand Inquisitor.
Can
I've... Go ahead, Oswald.
We don't know what the tower does.
Correct.
For all
we
we
do.
know, putting the shield on the thing will just protect it from the tower.
Correct.
Well,
I don't
that's
think it's
true.
worth the risk.
And also, if we put the shield on the thing,
Well,
it doesn't know to use it.
to interject briefly, the beam that it fired was very reminiscent of the beam that the spider robot in the depths of Shanagath had fired.
Yeah, I don't remember what that was.
The thing that took off my head.
The thing that sliced off Malik's head. Yep.
It was rather forceful, one might say.
One might
How
say.
could you forget?
Okay.
But
But-
again, that would blow up the tower. We could use the shield to keep the firer alive.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I'm
get more-
with that.
That's yeah.
We use
I
the
was saying,
shield
like,
as
I
not
could use my
offensive.
mage hand in order to have my mage hand go blow up with the laser. Who cares about that?
No,
No, but-
it's also the firer, which is what I don't think you're
Which is my
realizing.
hand, my mage hand.
No. You could use your mage. No, you just said you were going to use your mage hand to put the shield on the aberrant, correct?
Oh, true. So some
So
other way
somebody
we
needs
gotta
to
get it
fire
there.
the tower, and if somebody's firing the tower, that means that person on that tower is probably going to die,
And then
and the
also,
people around the tower are also probably going to die.
As you say that, the Inquisitor looks it up at you, Vague. Well, judging by how that last fight went, I am both faster than most of you. She kind of ends on her gaze on Aelin. Most of you. And
Glare at her.
I'm quite good at avoiding explosions and other such things myself. I'm willing to fire the tower at the best way to bring that Tempest down.
I'm just saying, if we can wear its attacks down, my mental prison, I don't know if it could work, but it could potentially immobilize it.
Indefinitely?
Unless it decides to move itself out of there, and in which case it does, it gets hurt quite a bit.
I also
plan-
have ways of
Plan
immobilizing
did not
foes.
We
So-
could fire the... Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
I as well have ways of immobilizing foes.
Right, but which I think we can probably like stack upon it. But I'm just saying, like, if it, I tried to cast this before when it had all of its defenses.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at.
Okay,
We can wear down its defenses.
so
Definitely the Inquisitor is the best bet to go to that tower.
this is what we know for sure. we are for sure going to get the Inquisitor onto that tower, and for sure the Inquisitor is going to be trying to fire that tower at the Aberrant as much as possible.
Yes.
We will not be using the phase shield as a weapon. We will be using it as defense.
Correct. Yes.
So who gets the phase shield? Do we want the Inquisitor to have the phase shield to protect herself while she's firing, or do we want to give it to somebody else who could run distraction?
Honestly, I think one of you should take it. I can handle myself well enough.
Do we want to put Aelin on the tower also so that we fire twice?
I think the tower can only be manned by one person.
But can't they just fire and walk away?
I still think it would need time for it to be fired again.
I don't know. Aelin and Inquisitor, you were up there. You tell me.
When I was there, it seems... Well, there was much time between when each of us fired it, so I couldn't tell you if there was a cooldown.
I couldn't tell you either. I don't know if it has a recharge period or if it can simply fire as often as someone tells it to.
But if we have multiple people, multiple things distracting it, that could confuse it. It could send it into an impotent rage. It couldn't decide what to do. So if we have multiple things, if we have somebody flying with a big fuck-off glaive, if we have a rather convincing illusion that can pull it away, if we have somebody else casting spells or doing damage from a third point, that could just make it confused.
What if...
Calvin... Sorry.
No, you go. I'm sorry, you go.
Calvander, do you think if you made an illusion of our dragon friends, would it piss off this elemental?
Yeah. I can't do that with invisibility, though. But she can make herself invisible, so I can keep that.
So let's let the Inquisitor do her work. She'll fire the tower. The Inquisitor has the tower. Let's figure out what the rest of us are going to be doing.
So I guess the signal for the rest of us to jump in is the tower firing?
If that's what you all think is best. I am confident in my ability to make my way over there without attracting attention.
And you now know the firing word is pew pew.
Now I do.
No, you said it wrong.
No, it's pew pew.
No.
Pew pew!
It's wep.
However...
It's Nani.
Assuming I get there, it does seem reasonable to suppose that if this tower starts shooting at the Tempest, that it will start calling down bolts of lightning and perhaps even throwing its minor elemental servants in the direction. I wouldn't mind some protection to be able to keep firing the...
That's why I bring Aelin with Dimension Door.
So,
Door Dimension.
We have...
What if...
Aelin and Calvin Door. Well, Kale, you're too valuable to be on defense because of your illusions, right? So you should be on distraction duty with whoever's in the Goliath armor. So we have those two people in the pulling distraction and harassing, whatchamacallit, while the Grand Inquisitor is firing upon the Aberrant Tempest. We should also designate a couple people to help defend her from the lightning bolts, and then anybody else who can, while defending, right? You should also be the group who is defending should also be a bunch of people that could also assault the Aberrant Tempest from range. If anybody needs help with that, we do have the laser rifle, which they could use.
I mean, I can range, and I can take some hits, and I can make myself, and I hold up the amulet that Forge gave me. I can make myself resistant to the lightning, and I can give myself some extra armor with Armor of Agathist. I can be there to defend.
Thunder might be better.
Well, regardless, whatever hits me, I can make myself resistant to it. But what I'm saying is that I can make, if things want to come up and hit us, I can make it difficult for them to do that.
So how about Inquisitor on tower, Kale on... I'm basically looking at this as like 3 different areas of the map.
Yeah,
we have Inquisitor up here. In the middle on defense of Inquisitor, we have...
For the purposes of you planning, and especially given Oswald's amazing geographic recollection, I'm just going to reveal the map for you guys so you can kind of just
Oh, thank you.
Does he have dungeon dwelling?
See where you like, or reveal as much of the map as you've already seen.
Ooh, there's more stuff. Maybe another tower.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so how
Oh, that's a
about
dead dragon.
It's a dragon.
we have
Yeah, your programmed illusion is still out there.
So
Inquisitor
that means
here.
Aberrant Tempest didn't get a rest because it spent that whole 8 hours just trying to fight the dragon.
It eventually figured out that was an illusion during
But the
fight.
noise was unbearable from the neighbors.
I forget, is this map to scale?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what if we have here, you know what? Is there a text option? There's. What if we have Wow, that is tiny.
That's what she said.
Hey. I'm just gonna
Don't be
get rid of
mean.
all the lightning bolts because they
Okay.
may not still be there.
What if we do Kale over here?
What?
Kale over here. GI over here.
GI?
Now, who's gonna be in the armor? Because at this point, it's either Yahek or Vaik, really. Those are
Fade
the only two
seems
people who could be.
like a very capable fighter, I think. It should be him.
I do also have the key, so I'll be able to monitor the armor and know
So you wanna
how
be
much
in the
more I
armor?
could do. That's what I'm saying. Or we could give the
You'd
key to the
be-
Grand Inquisitor to have her fire the tower more efficiently.
I've already figured it out. I don't think I need it.
You have
I
to.
think
like,
having
have
you
to
in the
dab
armor,
at it.
having the best ability to know the capabilities of the armor, being able to fly and hit with your big old glaive there, and whatever other magics you can bring about, will probably be the best thing to distract it, along with an illusion.
Okay. So
Yes.
I will use the armor along with the dart pod to
So
run
this is-
distraction and try. I will fight the thing.
This is Team Distis.
What?
This is-
Oswald, whatever
Are
you're
you-
clicking on or doing,
Yeah.
you can't see.
There's
you're
text
not trying to do
here.
anything over map. Oh,
You guys can't see the text?
I
Right,
see
yellow
it.
text.
There it is.
I see
There
it, but
Yep.
I
That's
was
an
looking
interesting
at
color choice.
a different part of the map.
Listen, the first one I typed was GI. Yellow is a good choice.
Gastrointestinal.
For gastrointestinal?
Yeah, what does GI mean? Sorry, I just want to clarify.
Grand
that.
Inquisitor?
Grand Inquisitor.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well,
That's not-
there's no real good color for this.
Red.
Black does not help.
Magenta works pretty well.
Here.
Try green.
Oh, the like pinkish.
Yeah. Pink or white actually works pretty well.
How many feet is Fade?
Oh, white does work.
What?
Okay, so we have Team Distis, who's Veve and Kale.
I'm sorry. I'm still confused because you're using weird acronyms.
Team Distraction is Vaik and Kale Vendor.
Okay.
We got Gastrointestinal on Pew Pew.
Okay.
So
What
Team
does that mean? Gastrointestinal on Pew Pew?
Pew Pew is the tower.
There's attack, defense, and distraction.
Distraction, yeah. And
So-
Team
so-
Defense would be basically Ozzy and
The Grand Inquisitor and Caladan, if I'm understanding this correctly.
Caladan. And would Aelin also be on Team Pew Pew, or would he be on defense?
Wherever you guys need me.
And then would Team Distraction, where would Yahek go? Again, guys, we can move this stuff around, but are these basically the
I mean-
three things?
So Yahek is pretty good at shooting things at range. He can also fly.
Yeah, but he can't fly in the wind, because we don't have the scroll anymore.
Okay, so
He can fly in one direction in the wind.
That's fair.
so let me just say this clear and concise. Grand Inquisitor, your objective is to kill the Aberrant. Kale, your objective is to distract the Aberrant and also do damage to it. My objective is also to distract the Aberrant and do damage to it. The rest, or whoever wants to be on team defense, will be to clear whatever it spawns and keep the Grand Inquisitor safe. If you can, after those are fulfilled, also kill the Aberrant. Correct?
Would that be, so I guess Aelin.
That seems
And-
fine to me.
What are you saying, Oswald?
No,
And
so
if
I'm just saying I think Ale would also be defense then.
And
Yeah, I'm quite mobile, so
and someone who can fly should perhaps be tasked with bringing us back to where we need to be if it summons another of those immensely powerful and destructive gusts of wind.
could
That's Yahek.
That's Yahek.
yeah,
So was it team
Okay.
transport?
you could cast fly on some of us.
He could cast fly on some of us and perhaps help retrieve anyone who is unfortunately displaced.
I think that should be on just team defense. That should be.
That should just be defense.
There's no
Yeah.
transport.
Team
I thought he
defense.
was there just to like help. So
The
he
simpler,
would go.
the simpler we can make this, the better.
Well, the reason I am asking is, so is Yahek gonna start off the fight all the way in back here, or is he going to go in?
Well, there is
We'll
no.
discuss it.
There's no starting off the fight. It's as soon as we get out there, we go.
Yeah, I believe the signal we agreed on.
I'm
was-
not just gonna sit there and distract him over there. I'm gonna be flying around the thing and trying to kill it.
I think the signal we agreed upon was the tower firing.
Well,
Yes.
the only thing with that is, remember that the thing didn't even show up until we were fighting for a little bit.
So maybe that's where the illusion comes in first.
The illusion will
Yes.
summon it
Okay.
here. Then we'll use that to engage the fight. We engage the fight, and then, well, I guess we either win or die.
At that
I
point,
do think once
this
that
is actually
laser
a good
fired,
plan, guys.
I think we need to hit it hard to get its focus back.
I will hand the laser rifle to Aelin.
I pump it. It shoots.
It doesn't have a pump, but it does have a trigger.
I stroke it.
So everyone should be able to hit the thing, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Aelin has the laser rifle. Did we figure out who's getting the phase shield?
Oh,
The Inquisitor.
I forgot. I can
The
still
Inquisitor
tell
said
where
that
the
she was
thing
pretty
is.
good by herself.
True. Yeah, she did say anyone running distraction should.
Do we want to
She
possibly...
doesn't want it.
Kale, do you want the phase shield just to be a little more beefy should he grow wise to your distractions? Or do you think he won't grow wise?
I want it for you.
I don't know. I remember both you and the Inquisitor getting laid out pretty quick.
That's why we're distracting.
And
If there's
we
anything
don't-
I've learned, Plan C is always the best choice.
Sorry. So are we giving the shield to the Inquisitor, or who are we giving the shield to?
Seriously, she doesn't want it, so
Okay, so,
Yeah.
so GI does not want the does not want the shield. Which one of us is getting the shield? Or do we want to attach it to the Goliath armor?
Someone working distraction should have it.
So it's either me or Kale.
Just take it.
Okay.
I think the
I wouldn't put it in the armor, though. Can you just use it on yourself?
I will be one with the armor. If the armor fails, then I am out of this fight because I will be locked in it and it will take too long for me to get it out. It needs to be attached to the armor.
You can make the armor.
It doesn't
last
have
you
it doesn't use it as it won't use the armor as battery. It's its own separate thing.
I thought they shared if you attach it.
no. That it has its separate battery.
I thought it was its
Well,
separate
it-
thing.
basically, to summarize, like it can be installed in the armor so that you can use both in time, but it has its own power source.
Okay.
So yeah, it's its own
Let's-
ability on top of whatever the armor is.
Let's make the armor as badass it can be. Give it to Vaeg. Let Vaeg be as badass as he can be, and we all do our jobs and stay alive.
So just write this all out.
Yeah, I hope you all like remember this because we're definitely not having this fight today.
No, yeah. So can I go and try and install the dart pod and the phase shield onto the Goliath armor?
Sure. Do you want Lyle to help you, or are you just gonna try to?
I would like to help Lyle.
Okay. So you get Lyle out of the bag, and
Hello, Lyle.
oh, hello again.
We've come up with a plan, and
Oh, good.
could we?
Does it involve me shooting things?
It does not. It involves you just taking a nice old nap, and then we will deliver you to the Grand Inquisitor. I mean, the Great Intelligence, just as we've planned this entire time.
Ah, well, that sounds lovely. So, have you decided how you would like to divvy up the various fun little technological bits you found?
Could you assist me in installing this thing, both the phase shield and the dart pod onto the Goliath armor, and then giving me access to the Goliath armor?
Well, I was hoping that someone I liked more would wind up with it, but sure.
You told both Oswald and I we couldn't use it, so you kind of limited your options.
You're right, and it wasn't me who designed the armor. I'm sorry it doesn't fit either.
Wait, if I put like a wood block, could I use it like to like push the?
Let's just let it happen. We're doing this. Let's let it happen.
It is not actually a magical item. It can't resize itself.
We're
Yeah.
doing it live.
It's okay, guys. Keep poking the lich. It's fine.
So,
But yes, if everyone is in agreement, I can indeed give you permission to control the armor and help you install these items on it.
Yes.
yes.
Very well.
Were you talking to me, or were you talking to somebody you like?
It was just kind of addressing the group. Very well. Come with me. Floats off.
What? I shoot him down.
Pew pew.
Oh shit, Lyle's dead.
I will.
Everything's ruined.
Oh shit! I will attempt to have him help, or I should probably have him do it.
Okay. Well, he can't actually lift the dart missile pod, but working together over the next few minutes,
Cool.
you, Lyle directing you and doing some of the finer work with it, like the vaguely transparent kind of mage handy type fields he's able to summon, and you doing the heavy lifting. You are able to install the dart missile pod and the phase shield on the Goliath armor. Lyle, then, after that process is done, turns to you. It's like, well, if you just step into it, I have already given the armor the signal it needs to recognize you as you.
Will it start to drain power, or is it, something during combat that it starts to drain?
If you are just walking around in it, the power drain should be trivial.
I will step into it.
Okay. So you turn around and step backwards into this, as you step towards the chamber, kind of the various plates unfolding. You turn around and step back into it. Last you said. Oh, and try not to be rude to it. It doesn't like that very much.
Don't assume it's gender.
And then the plates begin to close around you. And
Wait,
just
what?
for a minute, also, as part of this, you couldn't get into it in your other set of plate armor. You'd have to doff that.
I'm
so.
assuming I stripped out of that.
Yeah.
So there's a set of plate armor +1.
Ooh, it's magical.
Sure
I punch
is.
it.
I can't wear it.
I can't wear heavy armor.
I can't wear heavy armor.
I guess
I can't wear
we'll
heavy
leave
armor.
it in that. We'll leave it
Put it
in that.
Put it in
Put it in the bag of
now.
holding.
Alright.
Lyle, wear
So
it.
you put a Norlith suit of slate gray magical plate armor into the bag of hold.
I feel mildly naked.
Well, you are naked.
Oh shit!
Is that what lich balls look like?
Shriveled.
I mean, they're Malik balls, so they're fine.
True. You're wearing another man's balls.
Oh shit!
So as you step
Wait,
into,
you're telling me that the guy in his skin suit's getting into a metal suit?
You're a man playing another man.
the plates of this armor, the helmet piece folds around your head, and the helmet is actually entirely opaque. It does not have like a glass visor or anything. But as soon as it closes around your head, there's a like projected into your field of vision is this remarkably crisp, clear version of your surroundings. It reminds you of the vision, kind of boost your vision you got while wearing the key. But the vision of your surroundings is distorted. you are actually able to see in all directions while wearing this armor.
What?
You have 360-degree vision. It's kind of weird. You can see your feet, you can see behind you, you can see above you, you can see like in a whole sphere around you.
What the fuck?
It's a little disorienting.
Hold on, I got this, guys. I know exactly what it looks like.
This is
You're playing
interesting.
Half-Life Alex.
And as the armor finishes closing around you, there's this neutral voice that you just kind of hear. It's like, hello, authorized user. How may I assist you today?
Set name, set name.
Good evening. How may I refer to you as?
You may call me
Goliath
Armor.
do?
You may call me Goliath. You may call me Suit.
Hold on.
Or
Is
you
there-
may select a custom name.
Is there anything I may not call you?
There are certain words and titles that I have been programmed not to respond to avoid confusion with typical conversation.
Nerys, name it Nerys.
You will be named
Name
the
it Lyle Jr.
Aberrant Annihilator.
Alright.
Our objective shortly will be to kill the Aberrant Tempest, which is enslaved a majority of the Warforged.
Understood. I am prepared to assist you. And you feel like the heaviness of the armor lighten, and you're able to move normally. But each gesture, each movement feels like it has
Wait,
quite a bit of extra oomph behind it.
I will pick up the glaive, and I will
Feels
walk
light in your hands.
into the room with everyone else.
And as Vaek has, you all see as Vaek has been encased in this armor, and he steps forward. It's actually a rather imposing sight. Him in this like faceless, like strangely black and like textured material, wielding this enormous glaive. Looks like a veritable specter of death.
Begin kill protocol.
Annihilation commence.
All right. So, indeed. So as Vaek becomes Iron Man, you guys have a pretty solid plan for how to engage the Aberrant Tempest for a second time. The Inquisitor readies herself to be Canon Lady. Is there anything else you wish to accomplish before, or discuss before we break for the evening?
Who gets the loot?
The loot from the wind.
I feel like there should be a sharing system in place.
We'll figure that out when the thing's dead.
If the thing's dead.
If the thing's dead.
How do you kill that which has no life?
I don't know. I'll let you know.
Ugh.
Oh,
Always got to be careful what you say.
what'd you say?
Oh no, not the laugh, not the laugh.
It's okay, he's not the DM.
So, with this plan in place, with a bunch of fancy new toys at your disposal, I need everyone to roll an intelligence saving throw.
What?
Yay!
But I'm smart.
You sure are. Roll an intelligence saving throw.
25.
13.
22.
18.
Jesus, guys.
Okay, I'll roll for Yahak as well.
Oh no, wait. I'm sorry. That's a no. 21.
Oh, okay. Well, most of y'all are fine, except there's another moment of just like the stuttering and shaking and like again you feel like you lose a second. Aelin, you and the Inquisitor both suffer 9 points of psychic damage.
Oh,
Um,
is this what a hangover feels like?
Quick, drink more.
this is actually similar to the last such occurrence. There's just like this wave of immense hunger that just like drowns out everything else that washes over you.
Oh, I forgot because everyone kept talking. I wanted to have finished my spell.
And what spell is that?
Anti-boss damage, I think it was called.
I don't think
Anti-magic
that's
shield?
what it was called.
Shit. Where is it? I opened too many things since my last. Not Kernor backstory. It was the one where it was a level 2 spell, and
Mental barrier?
yeah.
Okay.
I want to learn that, and I wanted to prepare.
Okay, you would have had sufficient time to do that by now. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool.
Where the fuck's my files?
So, so you've learned mental barrier. As you gather yourselves ready to charge back out into the storm, Caladan, you notice it first, but then those of you with dark vision begin to notice that the total darkness outside, with the words. So the total darkness outside has been occasionally punctuated with red flashes of lightning that you know to be from the Aberrant Tempest. But as you gather yourselves, this faint kind of reddish glow begins to suffuse everything outside. Kind of more ambient and disturbingly familiar way.
Damn it.
Seems like the tentacly sky cloud thing is getting close. And as you gather yourselves, the light outside growing ever so slightly redder, you hear another loud roar in just incoherent, wrathful, primordial. What is that?
Oh, okay.
Well, only Caladan understands it, but
No, that's not okay.
We have something on our side, Ish.
No.
as this roar of rage just rumbles through everything around you. There's like dust falls from the ceiling, as the reckoning is close. So, why don't we call it there for the evening?
Hey!
I reckon that's the end.
Bye, boys. Catch us all next time. Okay, bye!